Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in. Tap in.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Low waist, fat, baby, tap in.
Oh, I'm going to tap in for sure.
Tap in.
Yeah, Michael, Shawn, and Takeover legends. We in the building. Jay Black, Sexy Mo. Shawnee's got it somewhere with a crossing guard in some place. I don't know. We don't know where Shawnee's got it right now. So, good morning, everybody. What's today? Tuesday?
No. Today is
Wednesday.
Today is humping around Wednesday.
It's hump day today. Shout out to everybody on IG Live. Let me get everybody on there. Damn, today is Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
The comedy show jumps off tomorrow night at the Arlington Improv. So get them tickets by tap the link in my bio. I'm trying to get Jay Black on here. I'm trying to get Sexy Mo. I'm trying to get Sexy Mo on my IG
Good morning,
Live.
Kathy. Shawn Robinson. Good up. Hey, what up, AB? Morning. Is that my guy 215?
Don Page. What's good?
Yes. Good morning, Afro Queen.
Hearts.
Good morning.
There's nothing but the hearts. Oh, get everybody on here.
Yes.
All right, we got a big show, but let me get back to Shelly, thank you. What's good? All right, Jay Black, how was your night last night?
Last night was good. What was last night? Last night was Tuesday. Really didn't do much last night, to be honest. A little Jeopardy. Actually, the debate was on New Jersey governor's debate. Cuomo and not Cuomo, whoever the guy is, I don't even know. But it was a debate. Some politician stuff that I should have been watching, but I don't even live in New Jersey, so I don't even know why I was on my TV in PA. But yeah, it was all good though. All good.
And you you and the family watch Jeopardy every night?
Well, yeah, right now, because that dude, Matt Lamodium, he's like 30 days straight, and he's on a tear, and he's killing it over $1.1 million. And it's just interesting to me to watch when I see a streak. Answers? Believe it or not, I know more than I gave myself credit for. So when you watch Jeopardy, if you get a couple, you're like, oh, I know that one. Now, don't get me wrong. It ain't the majority of them answers, but I'm good for about 4. I'm good for about 4 solid answers. You know, what is, who is.
4, how many does your wife help with?
Oh, no, she's better than me. Okay. With Jeopardy, I will give her that. She's more knowledgeable. I call it useless knowledge because that stuff really ain't gonna help you in real life. But I can't let her have all the credit, Mo. But yeah, so she's more knowledgeable when it comes to that Jeopardy than I am.
So
good morning, Kelly J.
Kelly J, what up? We should have the actual countdown to Jay Black's wife, Lady Q, having a square. We should do a countdown.
Yes.
Because she can't wait to yell at us.
I'm with it. I'm here for it. No. She can't wait to yell at y'all, not me.
No, it's more so Mike.
She don't want no smoke.
No, I think she wants all the smoke when it comes to you. She even said something. He said something about Willie Allen when he was talking about R. Kelly and the Elvis Presley and the young girls. Well, Woody Allen never really did that. He got that wrong. Like she always got something.
Absolutely, she's not built for me because I know everything about Woody Allen. And Woody Allen did.
He didn't marry the girl or something.
No, yes, he did. He's married right now to her. He's married right now to the girl that
the stepdaughter. I mean, not the stepdaughter, but the adopted daughter. Yes.
Him and his white wife adopted her, and then he married her later. So yeah, you might want to Google that.
Well, I don't know.
Don't want no smoke.
All right, I have no idea, but I just know she was animate. That Mike is wrong once again.
No, Mike is absolutely right. Woody Allen is still married to his adopted daughter. He's still married to her right now.
This is true.
It was something. No. Maybe I'm quoting it wrong. I
think you are.
Neither one of y'all want smoke.
So, neither one of y'all. Lady Q is gonna be on point. Don't mess with her, Jay Black.
Okay, watch HBO Max docu-series on it. Okay.
We will have a whole square set up Everybody thinks it's that easy when you get
Sequisa.
on the square. But at the same time, I think Jay Black underestimates how much she disagrees with him. But I mean, I've heard,
Yes.
because
I'm going to touch and agree with you, Michael Shawn, on that one.
It's fun. It's fun to debate. It's fun. It's fun to, I
like how you date your wife. Like, I think that's amazing. I hope that I have that one day when I get married. You date your wife. Y'all have fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Some of the debates is fun until she hollers a lot, but it don't make you right when you holler.
All right, we're not gonna get that started. We're not gonna get this started.
Hey, but that's how
to be hollered at.
We're not gonna get that. We're not gonna ruin the day. We're not gonna ruin the day.
I can't wait till she joins the show after Queen says. But yeah, so that was it. The Jeopardy. But Shawn, don't laugh. 4 out of 36 is really solid with some of those questions. When I know it's Titanic is the
first
answer.
Of all, 4 out of 36 is not a good ratio.
That's failing. If you were in one of my classrooms, that would be an F.
If your quarterback was 4 out of 36, you'd be like, no.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd be like, no.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here. Sexy Mo, how was your night?
It was good. I had to do a certification, but I'm good. I don't know what's going on with me this morning. I just had a back spasm, like one that just like kind of stopped me in my tracks. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Well, I don't know what's going on. I've had back spasms. They're not a game. They will stop you in mid. My lower back area is crazy.
Yes. Yes, I need it.
We don't know where Shawnee Scott's at, y'all.
So I keep telling y'all, Mama need a life too. So Shawnee is.
Okay, relax. We don't know where Shawnee Scott's at.
I think she's
relax.
I think she's away.
We don't know.
She's on an island somewhere.
We don't know what island she could be face down in the pillow right now. We don't know.
Face down in the pillow.
We don't even know.
I would like that for her.
We don't know. Sexy Mo just gave Jay Black the smiley F for Jeopardy.
For Jeopardy.
We don't know where. Well, we don't know where Shawnee's at.
Wherever she is, she's safe.
First of all, we don't know that.
And wherever she is, hopefully she'll come back with a glow.
We don't know any of that. We don't know. We just can't wait for her to get back. Hopefully by Monday she'll be back in the building and she'll be on the show. We have no clue. All right. What guest do we have in
today in about 45 minutes or so? Actually, it's Wellness Wednesday, so generally Shaquisa, she joins us a little later in the show.
Is she on?
Nurse practitioner. I believe so. But also
that means we don't know. That means we don't know. That means nobody knows that she's going to be on the show, y'all. So put some hearts up. Put some hearts up because we don't know.
Good morning.
We have no clue what's going to happen. Shaquisa.
Shaquisa, it should be hopefully a little later on. But I know for sure in 45 minutes we do have another wellness guest, Shayna. Her name is Shayna. She's actually considered TikTok's herpes goddess. The herpes goddess is going to be on. So we're going to talk some herpes. We're going to talk, being a Black woman, having herpes, some stigmas, some myths, some insight, hopefully, yeah, we could do all that good stuff.
This is going to be a very educational day.
And I'm going to try not to be disrespectful. I'm going to try to be very mindful, not to be too playful. But I do have legit questions, and I don't want to sound ignorant, either, if that makes sense. But I do want to just ask real questions, if that's going to be all right.
No question is a dumb question, and I hope that you ask all the questions.
Why is it even with herpes we got to say a Black woman with herpes? Like why is it always with race that we have to throw like a Black woman with herpes? Like,
Thank you.
And she gets extra herpes. Like she gets
Good morning, Ashley.
2 extra herpes on because she's a Black. Herpes is herpes, people. AIDS is AIDS.
Our culture do look at it differently. Our culture looks at
that, but that doesn't give the whole okay to be like, okay, a Black woman with herpes, a Black woman with asthma. Like, come on, y'all. Like we're about to educate you on, Mike Shawn. We have the triple X questions. No, we're not.
But no, we have to ask questions like that. Like, if you got herpes, do you have oral sex with herpes? Like, that's like a legit question.
Jay Black.
But that's not a black or white question. Like,
oh no, not black or white. I'm
that's
just
what
saying.
I'm saying. Like a black woman with herpes.
We do look at it differently though. Stop, because if stop,
that's because everything
how
is
do
a
you know?
stigma.
How do you know how white people look at it?
No, I'm just saying for us in our culture.
No, but how do you know how? Since it's different, how do you know how white people look at it?
I know they're not as judgmental as black folks are.
How do you know that? How do you know that, Jay?
They're more open. They're more accepting.
How do you know that? Are you
because
white?
Negroes are ignorant and we don't know.
Like, wait.
You know, no, stay away from that. That's hotness. Ooh, we ain't messing with that one. We're not educated.
If a white person said black people know something better or less, you'd be like, how do you know?
You know what I'm saying, Mike? I'm saying that they're more open. They're more open to the dialogue.
How do you know this?
Because
do you know
history
this?
tells us, and we
what
see
history, Jay?
Negroes are ignorant, Mike. We're not.
First of all, the number one.
Hold
on. The first thing of you saying is that Negroes are ignorant.
This is too early.
That's the first thing.
I say we. I'm putting myself in that. Okay, I'm ignorant. How about that? I just say me. I can come off as.
But then you say white people are open, even though when it comes to racism, you'll be like they're the first ones not open. So let me get this straight. So white people are open to herpes, not open to interracial relationships.
Yeah, actually said I know because I be watching Jeopardy.
Because I be watching Jeopardy. Alex Trebek probably has herpes.
I know there's been a time or two where he's had like they say cold sores. I just have a cold sore. I had a cold and I had a little cold sore pop up. It's still herpes.
But it's true. You see a girl, as Mike would say, with a nice body, and then you find out they got herpes, you shy away. That's ignorant, right? Because you don't know that they can live with it possibly.
On all races. I don't know where Negroes all of a sudden became the more judgmental over herpes. Mo, this is the same conversation. Well,
I'm sorry. What was Kathy saying?
This is the same conversation Mike had when you were gone on your birthday. He be making up stories of what he thinks is going on during the vacation.
Talking about Shawnee face down in the pillow. Yeah.
You late, Kathy. You late.
Well, in my case, that was the case, but
I know what I'm saying. I didn't mean
that was what Kathy. What was that, Mo? That was the case.
She said you were making assumptions while I was going away of all of the activities that I was. What
do you think Shawnee doing right now? Okay, so go ahead, Jay Black. The ignorance of saying
I would say African saying white people are not different. That's why I'm gonna take it back to me. Myself sometimes can not be educated enough in certain areas that I could be judgmental or not understand the facts. So I'm gonna be an adult.
Your wife been talking to you after the show. Your wife been talking to you after the show.
I'm trying to change
Deshawn, look, Deshawn 366 said, "Is cold sore herpes?" Yes, it is HSV1. For those who don't know.
Oh, so you can speak to this, Mo? Wait, Mo, you're educated on this topic?
I have my notes right here. Yes. I have my notes right here.
And HSV1 can turn into HSV2 if you have oral sex while having an active cold sore on your lip and you have oral sex with your partner.
I didn't want to bust my load early in the game.
You got stats.
But since we want to play, it is estimated in the United States, 47.8% of people between the ages of 14 and 49 have HSV1, while 11.9% of Americans in the same age range have SSV2 in the same age range. So,
you said so from age of 14?
Yes.
They would hurt
to 49. So all y'all trying to front.
And so what's not collective in that data is people who are born with herpes simplex.
I got that in here too. I got that in here.
You did some research. You did show prep. I'm so proud. You did some research.
And the reason why I have this in here before when we get into this, and I'll say it again before we introduce her, is because we're such in denial. I'm not about arguing. I'm just explaining what's the bottom line.
No, his shirt.
I
J
know.
Black shirt.
I'm just explaining why I'm right.
I'm not arguing. I'm just explaining why I'm right. I like this shirt.
I
my
like
wife,
that.
my wife made this.
I
She
like
thought
that
this was
shirt.
perfect
Yeah.
for me. I like it. I like it.
Mhm.
But yeah, Tam,
Yeah.
that's it. But what's the question say on IG? Can you pass it? So people are gonna have questions for her, which is good
Mhm.
because
Yes, you can pass it, and it's just not during outbreaks, but we'll
Nope.
ask her everything. And yes, I do have to note that over 500,000 people have over 572,000 new genital herpes infections in the U.S. every single year.
There
Every
are
single
herpes
year.
dating sites for people who are positive and who are carriers and want to date other people who are carriers.
Kathy says.
So-
So we're going to learn a lot today.
We're gonna learn a lot, and we're gonna have people be able to come out their shell and be honest. J Black, it's not ignorant when people shy away from other people with a cold sore. We just don't want to kiss them and get a cold sore. That's being smart. I'm not saying who said it was ignorant.
No, I guess because the judgment is, stay away. That's herpes simplex 10. Remember Eddie Murphy in the movie? Like I don't even know what that means, to be honest. But you see cold sores, you want to stay away. But I don't know if that's necessarily. It's like
Some people have
it like that.
But this is my thing. This is my thing. We are so anything that's outside the skin. If we can hide something, we're cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
But when you see something, there's some people who literally researched again will only get a cold sore when they get very sick and their immune system starts to actually have to ignite something to fight a sickness, a cold, a super flu, and stuff like that. And I don't understand.
When it's cold outside, I lick my lips, right? And it get dry and I get a cold sore and I gotta put Blistex or whatever on. That means I got herpes?
Yep.
Yes. HSV1.
So wait, so that's not the contagious. That's not like the real deal one. Like this,
yes, it's contagious.
Everything's
contagious. Yes,
allegedly Usher one.
It is contagious. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So that's why it's important to wear chapstick and not licking your lips when it's.
Well, so what happens? Even with that, we ain't gonna go all into it. But what happens is you can have a nick. Which will be a site for an active lesion to pop up. So it's not that it's cold outside and you got a cold sore. You got to educate yourself.
Well, she's coming on. So the herpes goddess, like I say, she's a young Black woman. I don't know why I like to say that because she's our people and she's trying to educate a lot of ignorant people.
I like that she's young and she's out there trying to educate.
Every cold sore is a version of herpes, but we don't like the word herpes. We like cold.
No, we don't. It's like what? You got herpes? Yes. Wait, no, I just was licking my lips in the wintertime too much.
Nothing to do with licking your lips.
You can get it on your eye. You can have herpes of the eye. Anywhere on your body, you can actually have an outbreak.
Dr. Mike just said
it has nothing to do with licking your lips.
No.
So where did it? That's where it came from.
No,
it didn't.
No,
it didn't.
Anytime I lick my lips, it start getting dry when it's really cold. Sometimes
it has nothing to do with licking your lips.
I remember this last winter or the winter before. Literally, it was just a coincidence. I'm outside and I'm cold and I'm constantly licking the lips cold, and then I felt this. Oh, it was getting dry.
No,
I mean, and then 2 days later, it's gone or whatever. I don't know what is that.
It's nothing to do with licking your lips.
Well, I don't know if I trust you.
If it's a blister, if it's a cold sore, then it is an active spot where your herpes have come out.
We'll have to get a doctor on here other than
Dr. Mike. But she's very educated. Like
don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me.
No. So if you ever had a cold sore, you got herpes. If you ever had a cold sore,
yes.
So why it only if it comes out that once in a while when it's cold outside?
Because everybody's body is different. Everybody's immune system is different.
And you might be stressing something at the moment.
So you trying to say I could have herpes if I had ever had a cold sore?
Yes.
And it's not just stress, it's also physical trauma. If you have physical trauma to the site. So you were talking about your lip cracked, right?
Yeah, your lip split sometime when it's dry.
So that can be
herpes.
Yes.
I don't know what y'all talking about. Wait till she comes on.
Okay.
I don't believe y'all.
Like I've been to a doctor.
Okay.
Like I've been to a doctor. Like, yes.
The Spa Village.
All right.
Spa Cottage.
If they say you have chicken pox, you have the virus in you. All right. Well, okay.
So it's in the viral.
I had chicken pox when I was a kid.
Chicken pox is in that viral family. It's not the same, but it is in that viral family. The same as shingles, which is a derivative. If you had chicken pox, you can get shingles.
Make sure your volumes are there. I don't think there's an echo.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I want to be educated this morning, and I have some questions that I did jot down for my own personal knowledge because this is interesting to me. And I just want to make sure we're treating our guests well. But yeah, so 8 o'clock Eastern,
8
7 o'clock.
Jesus.
Eastern.
Oh God.
7 o'clock Central.
It is 7:25 East Coast time. So
yeah, I'm already tired. Like I'm already tired. What else we got?
What else was it? The Steven Jackson was in the news. Apparently he left his wife to be at the altar because she didn't sign a prenup and kept stalling, putting it off. And
do we have the audio or video or anything?
Yeah, I think Shawnee actually before she left for one of those islands, she was able to put that
face
in.
down, ass up. That's the way we like the.
Steven Jackson. Here we go. Former NBA star, current podcast host. There we go.
And then my nanny come back in there with a spook look on her face, like she still like she pulled me to the side and she still ain't signed it. Oh, I ain't getting married. Steph was like, she ain't signed a prenup. What we even here for? I'm like, yeah, dog, I ain't doing it. The preacher steps up. He's like, hold on. He say, now hold on. I know you love this girl. Don't make a drastic decision. I think you should just let God handle it. I say, huh? I think you should just let God handle it. Me, as a pastor, I don't believe in prenups. Nah, I know why she was fighting for you. You don't believe in prenups. Nah, it all makes sense. I ain't getting married. Damn what you believe in. I put everything in God's hand. And God is telling me to put the pen in her hand and make her sign this goddamn prenup. That's what God's telling me. So God telling me and you two different things. Remember I told you Steph was turned up. I'm talking about, dog, this nigga Steph my Marbury is crazy, dog. So
that was the gist of it. So once he discovered right before at the altar, he backed out. And then he started playing gold digger at the reception.
I'm not marrying anybody who does not want to have a prenup. I'm not done.
Yeah,
I'm not done.
Go ahead.
I'm not done.
Mm-hmm.
We're not in our 20s. Mm-hmm. Steven Jackson is in his 40s. We're not getting married right now, and we're not going to sign a prenup in our 40s. No, we're not. And I don't understand why everybody doesn't sign a prenup. I don't understand why everybody doesn't say, I'm bringing this, you're bringing that, and I'm not playing with this. Like, y'all are crazy right now. And there are women, there are thousands of women who need to have a man sign a prenup. We're not getting married, and then when we get divorced, we split everything. No, that's not what you work for, women. That's not what you work for to get your education. That's not what you work for to be a lawyer or a real estate agent or whatever you are, a model, an actress. No. Mary J. Blige wish she would have made that dude Ken Do sign a prenup. Mm-hmm. Y'all be wanting paychecks over everybody else. Like, no.
That's true, nurse. She said, I think most women forget a prenup should protect her too. I absolutely agree.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this. Like, stop. Like, I get it when you get married when you're like 20, 22. That's even dumb. And I said this and everybody laughed at me. There needs to be a rule, whatever you came in with, unless it has to do with the kids, whatever you came in with, you leave with. We separate our careers, but the only thing that's common ground is the kids. The kids. The kids get to get half of each of our situations. You don't get a paycheck for being married, men or women. Like, I wish I would marry somebody right now and not have a prenup.
Hmm.
Y'all crazy. Y'all want to play these games with judges? There are people right now struggling paying off what a judge said they have to pay off for being married for 2 years to a person they ain't even have kids with.
But the nurse says it's to protect her. But say if she doesn't have anything to be protected, and she's bringing nothing to that table.
Well, then if you bring nothing to the table, why should you take something from the table?
How do you monitorize support? That's an even bigger question, because most of the times when somebody doesn't bring something tangible or something that we can see to the table, we say, "Oh, you brought nothing." So how do you actually even monitorize a certain level of support and assistance to your mate?
If we don't have no kids, oh man, like it's like grown-ups forgot to be grown-ups. Like if we ain't got no kids, why do I have to take care of you when we done? Because you laid in the big ass bed in the big ass house that my career paid for the lifestyle that I paid for, and then when we get divorced, then I have to give you accustomed to a lifestyle that I created that your skill set had nothing to do with. Rick Ross has to pay his baby mama $11,000 a month. And these chicks in Chicago are saying that's not enough. That is close to $140,000 a year.
So the reason why they're saying it's not enough is because generally child support goes by what you make, right? It goes by your income, how much money you bring in. And we all know that Rick Ross is bringing in more than the $11,000 that the judge has cited that he has to give.
He's giving you $140,000, and they're like, that's not enough to take care of 3 kids. What country are y'all watching? I have 3 kids. No, the problem is the mom wants to live the Rick Ross lifestyle. Your skill set doesn't create the Rick Ross lifestyle. He's giving you $140,000 a year to take care of 3 kids. That is more than enough. I saw one lady on Kendra G's page said, and I need to have multiple cars. Bitch, why? Bitch, why do you need multiple cars?
But let's not forget the word support, which means that it shouldn't be the sole means of how you take care of your child when it comes to child support. It should be in addition to what you're contributing. So that means that you should be able to contribute towards the shelter, the food, and the clothing and whatnot. So
do you understand if somebody gives you $140,000 a year, that you could change your kid's life and your life? If you just wasn't a lazy ass and decided that I need to live his lifestyle. Do you know how simple it is to get a regular? All of a sudden, it's like, I push kids out my womb, so I should never have to work because of his lifestyle. You're not married. You didn't get married to him.
She was like, that ain't enough. Lady
And
Q
how many children does she have by Rick Ross?
I think it's 3.
And they're all by him?
I think so. I don't know. I don't know. The way I support and think for Mr. J Black, I better get alimony if he decides to divorce me. What you thought?
Right. How do you monitorize that? That's the question I'm asking.
And this is why
how do you put a dollar amount on that?
And this is why prenups are in effect.
Well, I'm pretty sure J Black and Lady Q don't have a prenup.
Trust me.
They're going to be together forever.
Like, this is why prenups are in effect.
But if we're not together forever, she getting what she came in this thing with now.
J Black. You better laugh that off.
Then no, I'm not. My whole thing is like, women really believe because they push something out their womb, they shouldn't have to work again. You're getting $140,000 a year. That is a scratch-off gift. Oh, I pushed it out my womb. I should never have to work again. Get the f out of here.
You say prenup, we want prenup.
But I think that, I am not disagreeing with you, Michael Shawn. I think that prenups cover both parties because, again, it's hard to monitorize support, right? unless you are being the accountant, the whatever, right? It's hard to monetize emotional support that you provide to make your partner be able to thrive or sustain whatever it is that they're going after, right? But it also covers the woman, because what if she decides to open up a clothing line, or and she becomes this big fashion designer or something, and she amasses a huge success while she's with you, and she surpasses whatever it is that you were doing.
Okay, that's what I've been saying.
I said I agree. That's what I'm saying. I agree. I agree.
But my thing is, if you're not married and I give you some kids and I give you $140,000 a year, shut up. Like, they're literally women going, I need to live his lifestyle. I need to live the lifestyle that his kids need. No, see, this is the thing. The kids don't know nothing about the lifestyle. Your trifling coochie ass is trying to sit here. You're trying to live the lifestyle. You want to live the lifestyle. The kids will have everything they need. They were like, private schools. One bitch said multiple cars. Why do you need multiple cars?
Private school, I understand, but multiple cars is a bit much.
If I move you into a high tax area, and I move you into a high tax area where your home costs, like, let's just say, $350,000. The public school system is pretty good there. Let's say three. Okay, let's say I splurge and I get you a $400,000 house.
Ooh.
And you're good. Now you need a private school too?
Well, maybe because, people say, oh, my dad's Rick Ross. You know how kids do. Kids go bragging, and maybe it's a security issue.
Y'all want paychecks for letting the dude bust up in you raw.
Shawn Robinson asked a couple of times, is it a percentage based or net worth? Like, he agreed with you, but when it comes to that prenup stuff.
Yeah, so even just going to court for child support, that's normally based on your annual income. And unless you're going back for a revision or going back for an increase, and they want to see, you making more.
It is the greediness of Hispanic and Black people who we turned it into
white people too.
No. I'm saying in this situation, everybody on Kendra G's page is like, I need more. I need to live his lifestyle. You don't have the skill set to live his life. Do you understand? You have to earn that lifestyle. And the kid is being taken care of.
Kelly J said she's getting $140K a year, and she didn't have to work for it.
And white women,
some people would say that was working for it, pushing out a baby and giving him a child. That's what some would say.
So I'm a woman, and I'm not going to say that. That's why I said, that gets tricky, because how do you monetize, like I said, support, or your level of whatever you've put into emotionally supporting this person? You don't know if she supported Rick Ross early on in his career when he was just like, I think I'm gonna be a rapper, and everybody was laughing at him, and she was like, "Nah, baby, you could do it. You could do it." Making him sandwiches.
First of all, them kids would be 20 if that was the case. Those kids would be 20. And let's be clear, white women are even worse, because white women send white men to kill themselves. Like, white women are even worse than black. Like, Black women just want the lifestyle. White women want your life. She learned from Rick Ross every $11,000 a month, and there are chicks in Chicago complaining right now. That's why if I was the president, I wouldn't give y'all asses no stimulus checks. Y'all don't appreciate it.
Hold on,
like Secresis for the prenup. I like Secresis said it should be an infidelity clause.
Yeah.
So if you do have a prenup, it could be a clause in there if you cheat.
But a lot of times it is. If there is infidelity found out, and you go to for divorce, that prenup sometimes becomes invalid. So if
I am rich and famous, I need to cheat. What is the point of being rich and famous if I can't cheat?
Then you're going to have to pay like you weigh, baby. You're going to have to pay like you weigh.
That's why cats don't be getting married. That's why I see why Jamie Foxx is single. Like, nah, I'm good.
Their work doesn't stop with pushing out kids. They still got to raise them. So they need their bread to raise them, Mike.
Oh, they don't need no bread. Shut your ass up.
Well, hopefully she knows how to take that money, that $140K a year, and flip it and make it work for her. Hopefully she does that.
Dog, she's good right now. She don't even know how good she is right now. She's
Let
good.
me get $11,000 a month. I'm flipping that. I'm doubling that and getting my money back.
No, you're going to complain. Before I had this, I had way more.
No.
He would buy me this bag, and this bag alone was more than that.
Well, so those are perks that come along with relationships. Because that's for relationships. I would never say that. That's something, those are gifts that come along with the privilege of, or the perks of being with someone like that. If you're no longer my man, I'm not going to expect for you to continue to give me bags just because I got a baby by you. I just expect for you to take care of your kid.
The immediate thing is I need to live the lifestyle, so I'm not working no more. What?
Well, a lot of times that happens with marriages, Michael Shawn.
What? Well, not in my situation. Everybody working.
Even the dog?
The dog working.
And I honestly think it's smarter to get along. I like the Kevin Hart lane of, if we working things out and we're good, you're not going to want whatever you need. I'm going to take care of it. So you get so much more when it's not that friction.
But it takes a mindset. It takes a certain mindset to be there. Some people are petty as hell, petty Betty, and they like, you ain't getting nothing, because we face it. No. We use these things to hurt each other. Kevin Hart, it's like, I'm mad at him. I'm gonna hurt his pockets.
Kevin Hart is the wrong example, because Kevin Hart is making like $500 million a year,
and he don't give a damn about $11,000 a month.
If I take care of your mortgage and I take care of everything that goes
on in that
house,
couple cars.
I'm not buying a couple of cars.
But that's what Kev did. Didn't Kev buy Tori Hart a car? I think he bought her an SUV.
But take Kevin Hart out the equation.
Okay, the average person. You want to go with the average rich person?
We're not buying a couple of cars.
Cars is a trigger. Cars is a trigger, Jay Black. Don't say cars. We ain't buying cars.
Oh, do you understand how much a couple of cars is for somebody who just has one ass?
But they got to take your kids around, and sometimes
in one car. In one, where do we get this thing that we need multiple cars?
All right, just throw me a Tesla, Mike. Throw me a Tesla.
No, I'm not. I'm throwing you a Honda Accord. The newest Honda Accord.
The newest Honda Accord.
Listen,
this is what if you've never told a joke, in my case, what makes you think you should get a Tesla? You have never gotten on stage. You have never earned one check, and you're like, I should get a Tesla. You are out your mind.
But what if
out your mind?
What if you use me for your comedic, like your
you have done nothing.
What if you use me in our relationship to create?
Trust me, my set will be just as good without you in it.
No Tesla. Okay.
No, get this. Honda Accords are amazing cars. Y'all want Pathfinders, not Pathfinders, Range Rovers and Bentleys. If this was based on, and this goes women and men, if this was based on your skill set, where would we be? I was a judge, would be like, if this was based on what you could do other than either giving some sperm or delivering a baby, where would we be with your skill set? I'll wait.
Who, me?
No, I'm waiting for everybody. This rhetorical. I'm just waiting. So whatever you do, you get hooked up with this person who has he or she has a super amazing talent that makes all this money. And now y'all want to live the lifestyle. Stephanie, here goes Stephanie with the long paragraph. Dan, good morning. What is this week? Baby mom problems at highest level of ish. Okay, I hear your point, but women give birth is transforming and forever changing you as a being. Oh, stop it. There's thousands of people who have kids every day. Some take it seriously, or some take the gift for granted. My question is, are you unhappy that your money is not abundant, so dollars are like thousands for some, and you is like, let me collect these coins. It's different circumstances. Listen, that's why you're not supposed to watch your seeds. Okay. Go ahead, Kathy. Criticize me for reading.
No, that was too fast. She had a comment there though. Yeah. You need two cars because one would be a backup in case the other one breaks down. Wait, what? Pathfinder? Yes. Stacy just got a 2022 Pathfinder. She out there, so she know about them Pathfinders.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. What's
I
that?
mean,
Stephanie, I don't know what you were really trying to say, Stephanie, with that. I don't know if you're for it, against it. I don't know, Steph.
I think that when you get married, you feel like it's going to be forever. When it's not,
You don't feel like it's gonna be Mo. You
What?
don't feel.
Who gets married?
You're supposed to feel like it's going to be. Yeah, you're not getting married.
Forever.
Correct. You're not getting married to think I'm gonna be divorced in a year. You're thinking that it's going to work and it's going to last forever.
This is my person.
Mike, come on, you got to agree to that. When you get married, you are thinking it's going to be there.
Then you're dumb.
Who gets what? So you think
if it's your first marriage, you're dumb.
My parents have been together for over 40 years.
And God bless. But 51% of marriages end in divorce.
So
how'd your first marriage go, Jay? Jay, how'd your first marriage go?
First and second was trash. It didn't work.
Okay, my first marriage, trash. So
but I'm on a hot streak right now.
What I'm telling
the 40 before that 49%.
You won at a 3. You won at a 3.
Third time's a charm.
All I'm saying is that when you get married, what I'm saying is when you get married the first time, understand the numbers. If anybody gives you numbers on anything else, you listen to them. But if I give you the numbers on your first marriage, you go like, nah, I'm in love. But I'm telling you, over half the time, it's not gonna work.
So are you telling me, Michael Shawn, if I decide to get married, that it's not gonna work?
You're dumb. You're dumb, Mo.
No.
That's what he said.
Your age is different.
Okay.
Everybody's getting married in their late 20s, early 30s.
Okay.
Wait, that's not dumb at that age? That's the good age? Wait, I'm confused.
20s is dumb.
Anything in the
20s is
your
dumb.
first marriage, you're dumb in the 20s.
I can bet against it and win 51% of the time.
Okay.
Divorce is not an option. See, this is her first. So, if Lady Cruz, this is her first marriage with me.
But she ain't get married to you when she was 23 years old.
Okay, it goes back to the 20s. It's dumb in the 20s. Okay.
Mary J. Black when he was 24. Marry that N-word when he was 24.
No. I think she would have strangled J. Black if she would have married him when he was 24.
I'm not speaking on Lady Q's behalf, but most humans would have tapped out.
You got it, homie. You got it. It's all you. I'm out.
On Lady Q, you might be above and beyond that.
So what do you do? So you're in your 20s and you think you're in love and this is what you want. Y'all been together for multiple years and she don't want to play house. Like, so you're saying just ignore it? Just
I say
take that chance to lose it?
We go into this together. You leave with what you leave with. I leave with what I leave with. But nobody wants to do that because everybody thinks it's an investment. If you down, you about that life, okay. Whatever we coming together with, you leave with your spot, I leave with my spot. Let's get married.
But if they're a stay-at-home wife or stay-at-home husband and they gave up everything, the man is the household, then what?
This is what I'm saying. This is what kills me. You decided to give up everything.
But say if you forced that person, or circumstances called for it. Circumstances could have called for it.
Then you need to rearrange the agreement, because if you're gonna sit there and understand you're gonna trust everybody with something, you're gonna trust somebody with everything.
But aren't you supposed to trust your mate?
No.
Wait.
So many sound bites.
No.
Wait a minute. So you're supposed to get married and not trust your mate to live up to what you guys both decided to?
When you buy a car, do you get a warranty?
You're damn right. Because the
100,000, right? 100,000, right? You get 100,000, right?
Yes.
Well, for some reason, with another human being that you've only known for 2 years, you're like, I don't want no guarantee. Okay, let's get the prenup then. Either we go into it and we leave with the same thing, or this is the prenup. I want it. I'm down with whatever the prenup you negotiate. I'm down for anything the prenup negotiates. If you go like, yo, if I'm sitting home, I need to make sure if I give up my career, put it in the prenup.
Okay, I mean,
I'm down. I'm down with that.
Okay, so since you explained it like that, I'm good with that. Putting it in the prenup that this is what my role is in the house. Yep. I'm giving up pursuing whatever because I'm going to support you in pursuing whatever. But if this don't work out, there needs to be some type of agreeable compensation because we both decided that I was going to stay home and play this role. Okay.
I totally agree with that. But if I'm busting you on a Thursday at the Comfort Inn, no.
Not the Comfort Inn.
Mike, you got all the answers, Mike.
Yeah.
Shawn Robinson says, Shawn Robinson says, so Takeover Legends, do y'all agree with joint bank accounts and your separate bank account?
If you got a trustworthy hoe. No, I'm playing.
I do. And I'll tell you, well, first of all, I think that you definitely should have your own bank account.
First of all, no. Yes. Okay. All right.
Regardless.
All right.
You always got to have your own bank account. Okay. Now we're going to come together and we're going to decide how much together we're going to put in this joint bank account, which both of our names are going to be on. And we're going to set some rules. You can't take $1 or a penny out that joint bank account unless we have a conversation.
You gonna let her live on that island, Mike?
I'm thinking.
I'm just saying. But again, you have to trust your partner. You gotta trust your partner.
But we both have separate accounts, so there's no reason.
Absolutely.
There's no reason to dip into the account. Okay. All right.
Absolutely. You got your own money. You want to go and blow that on the golf course or go blow it on Black and Miles. Rock out. Knock yourself out.
Why we gotta get personal?
I'm just saying, like, for your personal life, things you like to do, the things you like to partake in. You want to go to the strip club, it better not come out of the joint account. That's all I'm saying.
All right. I don't disagree with that. I want to disagree with it, but I don't disagree with it.
You got a sneaky link or a side chick I don't know about, and you want to go spend a little money?
But this is why marriages don't work. There's no slinky link. There's nothing like that. Finally, a yes answer from Michael. I've said yes a bunch of times. Damn.
Rarely.
I've agreed with Mo twice in under 15 minutes.
That's a record.
Here goes the nurse. I don't believe in joint bank accounts because once you break up, it's whoever gets to it first. But that's why you got to
about marriage.
If we're not married, we're not having a joint bank account.
And that's married and not in your 20s, all right? Because I'm still stuck on the 20s being dumb. So so this is married after that, then you get the joint account, right?
Y'all go ahead and get married in your 20s. Y'all go ahead. Y'all go make that happen. What the hell I'm trying to say is you have a responsibility as a human being to create another life. As a woman and as a man, if you lay up with everything that walks and take for granted life, man, anytime you decide to have sex, always know you're going to have to live with what happens afterwards, period. Day in a hotel or your relationship. Okay, Stephanie, I understand that. And if I give you $140,000 a year, that should be quite enough to take care of 3 kids.
And that's if you're doing something.
Nurse that I was talking about my husband, I cleared the account and he wrote a bunch of hot checks. First of all, let me tell you what the most old school thing ever is. Hot checks. When you say hot checks, that's so old school, but I get it.
Gotta throw a yellow flag on the play, Mike. That's a personal foul, intentional, like everything is bad.
That was flagrant. Yes.
But you cleared the account. Y'all was both trying to be disrespectful. You cleared the account, and he was trying to clear the account too.
No, he was writing checks to pay bills. Probably he wrote checks thinking the money is there. Why would he question that? She filed. You do file, Sequisa. That's foul.
I wonder what he did to warrant that.
No Wellness Tuesdays. Listen, No Wellness Tuesdays. Listen, that happened to me. Sequisa's ex drained all money and placed it in another account. Damn. But y'all be mad at me when I be trying to warn y'all.
Yeah, had to throw a flag on that, Shawn. That's personal foul, intentional grounding, intentional, like everything. That was just bad. Like,
I wonder what he did.
Stacy Mitchell said, before I open act for couples, I asked them, are they sure they want a joint account, especially if you are over 40? Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, she works at a bank. So Stacy works at the bank. So
oh yeah,
before she
because garnishments are real. You take on your partner's debt. You're absolutely right.
So I don't mess with none of y'all fast ass women out here.
hot checks.
F y'all.
Oh wait, here she go.
Hot
Here comes
check.
Sequisa. What she say? It was my. Oh, she put it in. She's hollering, Mike. It was my money. I was the one putting. Oh, so well, why would he write checks if he didn't think he had access to it and he put in on it?
What you over there having a joint account for? And you wasn't even married, son. Was you over there having joint accounts? You trying to play married? That's what you get.
Man,
I mean, you know, in love, you trust, or you think that you're gonna be together. You think that the person that you're with. Love is blinding.
Stop right there. Stupid dummy of the week.
Love is blinding.
Oh wait, who's the nominee? Who? Let's make it official.
Anybody who trusts. Anybody who trusts.
Love is blinding.
Anybody who fell for love.
Love is blind.
Hell out of here. Stupid dummy of the week. Anybody who trusts somebody they've been with for less than 2 years, talking about we gonna have a joint account. You gotta be kidding me.
We gonna build. We building, Michael Shawn. We building.
Rashad, don't feed
all my laws. Get a vasectomy. None of this would have happened if Rick would have got a vasectomy.
So Mike hereing lies.
He stole my checkbook, and it was my husband, but I was 21. And what did I say?
You did say that, Mike. You did say that. This stuff happens in your 20s. You said that.
Y'all don't listen to nobody.
Maybe you're onto something. You're onto something, Mike.
So, get married.
So 29 is no, but 30 is yes. Come on, that's so crazy.
No, 20. Do you know how stupid you are when you were 20 years old? Do you know how stupid you are when you're 21? Really, when you're 21, you're still 18.
For men,
definitely. For women too.
No, I'm just saying because men age a little bit, mature a little bit less faster than women.
Y'all claim y'all mature. It's just funny. Y'all make tons of mistakes, but y'all claim y'all mature just because y'all have a period. Y'all got to change your physical situation, and y'all got more responsibilities because y'all can get pregnant. But if y'all so mature, why do y'all keep getting pregnant by dudes when y'all 18, 19, and 20 if y'all so mature?
Because love is blind.
Takes over your mind.
That ain't even got to do with love. That's called vitamin D. That's called immaturity. You got to be kidding me, y'all. If you get married, I don't care if you got $300 in the bank. You get married.
Protect that 300.
Protect that 300.
You ain't got shit, but I got $300. I'm gonna need to sign right here because you ain't getting my $300.
Because if you truly believe in your potential, everybody should sign a prenup. Everybody.
I don't disagree, and I think that just after my experience and seeing what I've seen, just in regular people's lives, I think that I definitely, if I get married, I will be having a prenup.
Because you're grown and you've been through the trenches.
Yes.
You've been through the wars.
Yeah.
Unless there's some infidelity going on. But yeah, the infidelity does change the prenup thing though.
Yeah, and infidelity, if you cheat on me and you think that and I've been supporting, and if I'm in a role where you want me to put my career on hold and just be, that supportive figure or taking care of the kids. If you think you're going to send me on my way after you cheated with nothing, starting over at zero, yeah, that ain't happening.
Tam, you see the disrespectful comment? She's like, protect $300, and it's like, cry emoji.
You ain't got shit. You trying to protect $300? You ain't got nothing.
That was Kevin Hart when he had $300.
That $300 probably in a box under your mama.
That was his. That was Kevin Hart. Now he's $500 million. I'm telling you, he's caking up like $1 million a month.
So we're talking about potential earnings.
But you have to sign contracts based on your potential. Like, girl, you're not getting. Like, I know I only got $250 right now. I know. You're right. No, you right. I'm driving your car. And she gonna look at you crazy. She gonna be like, oh, you want to sign a prenup? You got $250. No, I get it. I get it. All I got is the Chick-fil-A. That's all I got.
That ain't even Chick-fil-A money.
No, it's Chick-fil-A money for one day.
That's a $3 bundle pack at McDonald's.
Man, listen. I'm lucky I got a good woman because the rest of y'all nonsense, skirmishy, trifling ass. I got 3 kids and $140,000 a year ain't enough. Get that pre-sexy mo. Yeah, Shawn. First of all right, never mind. Because we don't want your spouse jumping on here acting like he own your rights to fill your shoe. No, Mo, because Mo is grown because Mo ain't get married at 20.
Yeah, no.
Mo know what she doing.
Well, just to call somebody dumb for getting married in their 20s, it just seems weird.
Listen,
seems all
our
type of
parents
wrong,
got married young, and I always say like they missed out on probably a lot of opportunities and a lot of things because they did get married young. They were stuck.
Look at Tam off
I
topic.
love you, Mom and Dad.
That's why I don't mess with y'all vaginas. Off topic. Sexy Mo, your hair cute. Who give a damn about cute hair right now?
Thank you.
So I guessed his hair, Mike, in the waiting room.
Yes, getting married at 20 is dumb.
My parents got married at 18.
God bless. In 1952.
And they still married.
Yes. It's a different world right now.
It wasn't trials and tribulations, but
it's
yeah.
A different
and my dad still bring his check home to my mother. The whole check.
God bless.
The whole check.
No disrespect, but your mom got some bomb. She got some bomb.
I'm taking notes.
She got some bomb.
I just want to know how.
She got bomb. He's still bringing. He brings Social Security checks right here. All right, our guest is here.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you so quiet today, Jay? What happened? Why are you so quiet?
No, because I'm focused on Shawnee.
Oh, you're trying to work Shawnee's job.
Yeah.
And make sure you put her ad up so that people can follow her.
See, now you're doing
now somebody trying to check you on your work.
Yeah, right. Jesus.
I mean, because if Shawnee was here, that's what Shawnee would do.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is.
But Shawnee's not here. Okay. Like that's like I do argument. But go ahead. So all right. So it's Wellness Wednesday. So we talked about having our guests.
Today is Wednesday, right?
Yes, today is Wednesday.
Oh, today is Wednesday. Damn. All right.
So our first guest, she's an advocate for herpes. I say young black woman. Mike doesn't like me to say that. Don't like me to say that. But yeah, but she's for the culture.
Why don't I like you to say that?
Because you said, why did you say black woman? And I'm saying because I think that's important. It's for our people.
No, it was just on one. Okay, go ahead. You misquote me all the time.
Good morning and welcome to Shayna Singleton, aka the goddess of herpes goddess. She's TikTok's herpes goddess. She has a ton of followers on there, Mike, about 345 some odd thousand followers. So she's getting it popping on TikTok. Good morning, Shayna. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Shayna. Can we hear you? I think you got your mic muted.
Oh yes, you're muted.
You're muted. Boom. Let's see.
Come on, Shayna.
It may be because you have wireless earphones.
Yeah, because we can't hear you.
We see you.
We definitely see you. Nope, we still can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Yes.
Shayna, are you on your cell phone or laptop?
I'm on my laptop.
Is there any way you can request me on IG so I can get you on IG Live also?
I sure can.
It's Mike Shawn. It's Mike Shawn Comedy.
And just make sure you turn your phone all the way down.
Okay.
And we will set these up.
There we go.
And just to let you know, you are the first. Is it Shauna? There it is. There we go.
It's Shayna.
Shayna. I'm sorry, Shayna.
Yeah.
Check them.
And Shayna, I would like to tell you, we have interviewed Bill Bellamy. We've interviewed Rodney Perry. We've interviewed Johnny Gill.
Mm-hmm.
You are the first guest that I literally did research, and I actually, because I just want to say this. I am so proud of you. Before we even start, I am so proud of you for taking this stance and actually being 1,000% honest about everything going on, because this is something that is just it boggles my mind how we're such in denial. So I want to start from the beginning with you.
Okay.
First of all, do you know exactly how you contracted herpes?
I know when I found out. I don't know how I contracted herpes. I thought I knew how I contracted herpes because I was uneducated, so I made an assumption, but I actually do not know how I contracted herpes.
So when did you find out? When was the day, and what circumstances were you under when you found out?
I found out in 2015. I was in the military in a relationship, and the day I found out I was pregnant was the same day I found out I had herpes.
Wow.
Mm.
So you had the ultimate blessing. And then, so how did the doctor tell? What was the conversation that you had with the doctor when you found this out?
Well, real quick, let me introduce myself.
Yes, go
My
ahead.
name is Shayna Singleton, aka the Herpes Goddess, and yes, having me is a big flex. I am the founder of Herpes Can Never Grow, and the largest herpes awareness platform of over 341K, because I inspire people to love themselves more. The mission at Herpes Can Never is to be at war with the stigma until our community feels comfortable being open about their status and proud of their sexuality. Now, I found out in 2015 that I have HSV2, which is herpes simplex virus type 2, genital herpes. And the day I found out was the same day I found out I was pregnant. 2 weeks prior to going to sick call, that's what you call going to the doctor in the military, I had a razor bump. Well, something I thought was a razor bump. Went to the doctor. The doctor was sure it was a razor bump, but it was just too painful. It wasn't sitting well with me. So I was like, test this area, please. I had to demand it because she wasn't going to test. She said, it was a razor bump. You're fine. You're overreacting. 2 weeks later, I'm having pregnancy symptoms. So I go back to sick call to get a pregnancy test. Doctor comes in, was like, I have good news and I have bad news. What do you want first? I'm like, give me the bad news first. We'll end it off with the good news. She goes, well, you tested positive for HSV2.
Well, stop. Can stop right there. I don't know why we can't hear you on IG Live. Is there a reason? Like, I don't know how to work this out. Search Media Room 360. They're
No,
saying
go ahead, pin that so they can know where to find
Okay,
it.
can you hear me now?
Not on IG.
it might be the earbuds that you have in. It might be the joints that you have in. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Oh wait, maybe
Did someone say yes?
Okay.
Can y'all
yeah,
hear her now?
Yes. Yes. they can
Okay,
hear
let's
me.
go. Let's go work.
Yeah,
Okay.
You can add me back too, Mike. All right, good.
Okay.
Okay. So I said, end it off with the good news. I'll start with the bad news. So she said, well, bad news is you have HSV2.
Right.
I didn't know what HSV2 was. She can tell I was confused. So she was like, you have genital herpes, just don't have sex during an outbreak. Wrong advice, bad advice. You shouldn't tell people that, but we can get into that a little bit later.
Oh, put your face on the IG because we can't see you.
Okay.
All right. So she gave you. So this medical person gave you the wrong advice. Just don't have sex during the outbreak.
Yes.
That's
Wrong
crazy.
advice.
Go ahead.
Wrong
Continue.
advice. Then she goes, and you're pregnant. Still waiting on the good news because at the time I was single.
Right.
I'm in the military.
Right.
So
Right.
being pregnant was not good news for me at all. So it was double whammy. I didn't really feel any emotion. I was just in shock. I think I was dealing more with the stigma of being a Black woman, being single, being pregnant, and being on the other side of the world. Okay.
So go ahead. So continue. So when you so you have the child, you have the ultimate blessing, boy or girl?
It's a boy.
Boy, how old?
He's gonna be 6 in April. He's 5 right now.
So 6 in April, and now you have this inner turmoil that the person that you're with, the father, are you still together? Like when you have the child, are you guys still together or you're not when you have the child?
No, we both decided to end the relationship the day I found out I was having a son. It was just too toxic of a relationship. And for some reason, something clicked in my head that my son needs to see someone loving their mother properly and someone loving his father properly. And that wasn't it with me and his father. So we separated.
So go ahead. No, continue. Go ahead. Continue.
We separated, and he goes into he starts a new relationships 3 weeks later. So now, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that part.
Do you tell him what you found out? Did you tell?
I told him the day I found out. I went straight to the car. I FaceTimed him. I let him know that not only was I pregnant, but I had tested positive for herpes, and he was supportive. So then, in my head, I'm like, he gave it to me. He must have had herpes because he's just too supportive right now, and he must have kept this a secret from me. And I can't believe he didn't tell me. I was just doing a lot of this, pointing the finger.
Right.
Truth of the matter was, I didn't know herpes wasn't included in your standard STI panel. 2, I never said, hey, doc, can you explain my test results to me to even catch that my doctor wasn't testing me for herpes all along? So I could have been the one who brought the herpes into the relationship. 3, I was having unprotected sex because I trusted someone. I never said, hey, let me physically see your test results. So my herpes is on me. I take full accountability for my herpes and I blame no one.
So it's a special, it's a unique test that's separate. You said it wasn't included. So like if someone wanted to get tested, they have to specifically ask for the certain test. I don't want to say herpes test. What is the HSV test?
HSV, or you can say herpes. We got to get comfortable saying herpes. People want to run away from the word herpes by saying HSV. We can say herpes.
And go ahead, Jeff.
No, I was saying, and is how many different types of herpes out there?
There's over 100 different types of herpes, but 8 of them that routinely infect humans. The common ones we hear about is HSV1 and HSV2. HSV1 is normally oral herpes and HSV2 is normally genital herpes, but both viruses can be found above and below the navel. Some other herpes viruses that you may know of, chickenpox, mono, shingles, zosters, and there's more.
And our community doesn't understand what you just said. Chicken pox, shingles, and stuff like that. We don't understand. And I love the fact that you say herpes.
Yeah.
Like I love the fact that you said just say that. Now, just on a casual. Okay, now you have a child, and you realize you have herpes, and you're going on to try and get in relationships.
Okay.
When do you let a person know? When does a conversation come up? Like I meet you and I say, well, you a Pisces? And you're like, nah, I'm Sagittarius, right?
Is it before he buy the drink or after he buys the drink?
And when I'm drinking, I buy you a drink and then we drink and then we laugh and giggle and whatever. And we're like, we're gonna see, do you want to go out tomorrow? Or how about if I say you want to come back with me to my house?
Okay.
Like when in these circumstances do you make the announcement, or do you just say we're gonna be safe and wear a condom?
Okay. See, condoms don't 100% protect you from herpes.
Thank you.
That's why I wanted to add. That's exactly why I asked the question.
Okay. So it has to be something you tell the moment that you have in your head that you want to have sex with somebody. That's my advice. Just so you can eliminate we were chilling, watching Netflix, we were drinking, one thing led to another, we had sex, then you waking up the next morning like, damn, I didn't tell them about my herpes status. Wow. So if you have it in your head that you want to move forward with this person and you know for sure you want to move forward with this person, it's now time to tell. But if it's something that you fear doing, that you like dread doing that, then you might not be ready to be putting yourself out there yet. I tell my clients,
is that fair to me if I meet you and we're connecting and I may not want to go down that journey, but now I'm invested in you. And then I find out that, I may not want to, I'm not educated in that field and I may want to shy away, but now, man, I done vibe with you. Now I want to get to know you, but now I was like, I don't know if I want to go there. Is that fair to that person?
I mean, that's a personal choice. Like, see, with me, like I was going to say, I tell my clients, if you're not ready to disclose, then you're not ready to date yet. Because herpes is not put on the table for, I lost y'all on Instagram. I don't know what happened there.
I think you
request
coming
back.
back. I think you coming back.
No, usually when they spend like that, they drop them. So it just happened to move too.
Okay. Well, I'm
You
gonna
can
come
send
back
another
in.
request to come back. Yeah.
Anyway, with me, herpes is not a part of my worth. It just comes with the table. I view myself as having me as a big flex. If you walk away from this blessing because of my herpes, then you wasn't for me to begin with. I feel like that's the energy people need to come with when it comes with their herpes. My personal life, I disclose from the big beginning. Follow me on TikTok. My name is Herpes Goddess. I have a business called Herpes Could Never. Like that's my everyday life. But I understand that majority of the community is not where I'm at right now. And that's the goal, to be at war with the stigma until our community is open about their status and proud of their sexuality. Right now there's this big fear. What if this person rejects me? Or what if this person doesn't want to be with me after I tell them my status? I don't wasted all of this time. Or what if this person judge me just because I have herpes and doesn't take the chance to get to know me? I feel like all of that worry needs to be out of your mind before even going into the situation, because we have a healer and she always says rejection is redirection. So if somebody doesn't want you for your herpes, they weren't for you to begin with.
Now,
So
can you pass it with drinks? Like, I'm curious about how do you? Is it strictly sexual intercourse is the only way? Like, if you sharing a drink, like, can that be passed that way? Straws and stuff like that.
Herpes is passed through skin to skin contact. So this is like a myth that, oh, if I drink after somebody, that I'm going to get herpes. The chances of that is slim to none. Now, say if you're drinking after somebody who has this big old outbreak on their lip, and your chances of getting herpes from that person may rise, but catching herpes from a straw or a toilet seat or smoking after somebody is slim to none.
So you get it. So let's fast forward. You get into a relationship with somebody, and you've told them your status,
Yes.
and they've said, "All right, well let's just do what we have to do. I'm into you, or you're into me, and now we have to follow the protocol." How do we go about having sexual contact where somebody just oral presentation? Because I actually saw one thing on your Instagram where you said, "Well, I still want somebody to, go
Still gotta
down
go
on me."
down.
And how do we do that? Because if you say the myth is, if I don't have an outbreak, I can't pass it on. And you said that's wrong. And you said that's wrong, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So how do we go about me satisfying you orally and me not catching it if I don't have it?
Here's one thing I need people who don't have herpes to understand when they're dating someone with herpes. There's always going to be a chance that you pass the virus. That has to be something the person coming into the relationship with me needs to understand. If they don't understand that, and if they're not okay with that, we can't move forward anymore, because I don't want to feel like in my relationship I'm a risk. Like you're not going to make me feel that way. So I'm not for the scared. If you're scared, you got to walk away. 2, your chances of passing on the virus is going to vary person to person. It may fall way below 1%, or it may go above 98%. You are the most contagious during outbreaks and viral shedding. That's when you can almost guarantee pass on the virus. But after that, your chances may vary depending on if the person is taking antivirals, which is the prescription medication. It can be valacyclovir, acyclovir, or famciclovir. If the person is not taking any medication, has the person changed their diet and lifestyle? Is the person aware of their triggers? Is the person aware of their prodrome symptoms? Is the person aware of when they're going through viral shedding? Because if they are, they can refrain from sexual contact with their partner during those times.
What's
Now,
viral shedding? What's viral shedding?
okay. Viral shedding is, I like to use the skin. When you have dust all over the place, it's dead skin cells everywhere. Well, your virus has to go through that same type of shedding. It's just a shedding that we do not see. Now, some people know they're going through viral shedding because of their prodrome symptoms. Having an outbreak is an indication that you're going through viral shedding. But I'm a person who gets nerve pain in my right leg and also a tingling sensation on my outbreak site, which lets me know that I'm going through viral shedding. So in those moments, I boost my immune system and refrain from any sexual contact. Now, just because I have herpes, I have genital herpes, doesn't mean I can pass herpes to you by kissing you. Doesn't mean I can pass herpes to you by shaking your hand. You have to come in contact with where the virus entered my body. I know exactly where the virus entered my body because I experience outbreaks. But most people with herpes are asymptomatic. Only a small percentage of us actually experience outbreaks. 85% of people with herpes do not know they have herpes because they don't show any symptoms. So it's important for me to put that out there.
Wow.
So what are signs to look for? Because that was a lot you just said to unpack. Mm-hmm. So if Mike has herpes, and how can a female?
No, if Jay has herpes,
what are signs to look for? Like somebody could say, "Wait a minute, that don't." Because if yours is internally, you said is in like yours is not visible, right? So if
mine is visible. Some people who are asymptomatic that doesn't show any symptoms at all. But I'm not asymptomatic. I was able to quiet my outbreaks, but I still go through prodrome symptoms. So I know for sure that my outbreaks can come and go.
What do you take as medication? Do you take the Valtrex, which is the most famous one? Do you take Valtrex, or what do you And I have two questions. One, what do you take? And two, and I want to write this down for everybody. You said change your diet. So give me the one thing. What medication do you take?
I don't take any medication.
Why?
Because the medication was making me depressed and it was causing me to lose my hair.
Oh,
and plus,
I didn't know that.
To protect my kidneys. Yeah, I want to protect my kidneys later on in life. So I'd rather not.
So you didn't take the Valtrex?
I took it in the beginning, like the first 2 years of my herpes diagnosis, I did.
And did it work? Or how did you find out it was affecting your kidneys, or did you just do research?
So I went on a journey with myself. I call it the body journaling journey. And that's when I record everything from my activities to how my discharge is looking, how my stool is looking, how much water am I drinking, how much sleep am I getting, everything. And I started to collect data points on myself. And I noticed that when I take this will happen to me. When I eat this will happen to me. When I do this will trigger on some of my prodrome symptoms. That's how I learned my prodrome symptoms. That's how I learned my triggers. I started to basically do research on myself and collect the data on myself to learn my body.
And then so you researched it, and then when did you realize that you had to stop taking the medication? When you were like, no, I'm not taking this anymore? Because of what? What particular thing happened?
What particular thing happened?
Right. Or what particular things happened? Like you said, you got depressed.
Yeah, those were the only, that was the coming off the medication was when my mood changed. Coming off the medication was when I wasn't experiencing hair loss anymore.
Right, the hair loss, which is wow. I've never heard about the hair loss. And then can you give us an example of how you changed your diet, and why did you change your diet? Because it helped you with the outbreaks?
I originally changed my diet just because I didn't trust the food industry. Outside of being an advocate, I'm also a chef. But it was in doing so, I realized it helped me with my herpes as well. It gave me a clean gut, so I wasn't staying sick as much. You know, my immune system was higher because I had a clean gut. So I noticed that with my change of diet, it also helped my herpes outbreaks as well. When I decided to come off the antiviral medication, I was experiencing herpes outbreaks back to back to back to back. But I had to go through the back to back in order to learn my herpes virus. Now I don't have outbreaks at all. But if I wasn't going through it back to back, I wouldn't even know how to stop my herpes outbreaks.
So why don't you have outbreaks now? What changed?
Because every time my prodrome symptoms appear, it's like an indication to me that it's time to boost my immune system. So now, say if I'm having nerve pain in my right leg, it's like, okay, an outbreak can come. So I'll avoid food high in arginine. Arginine is an amino acid that our bodies produce naturally, but the herpes virus thrives off of that amino acid. When my prodrome symptoms appear, I start to eat food high in lysine. Lysine is an amino acid that herpes hates, but our bodies does not produce lysine naturally. So now I have to eat foods high in lysine. I start zinc, vitamin C, ginger, turmeric, sea moss, black seed oil, and I just boost my immune system so that my outbreak doesn't come at all.
All right. High in lysine. What is a food that's high in lysine? Just to simplify it for everybody. Like, what's something that somebody could eat that's high in lysine? If I'm
Dark
saying it
leafy
correctly.
greens. Dark
Say it
leafy
again.
greens.
Dark leafy
greens. Yes.
Right.
That's high in lysine. Tofu's high in lysine. If you eat meat, chicken is high in lysine. If you still do dairy, dairy is high in lysine. Legumes are high in lysine. Peas are high in lysine.
And then there was that word that you used that you felt the symptoms, the
Prodrome.
What was it?
Prodrome symptoms.
Prodrome symptoms. And
yes.
Explain those, please.
What prodrome symptoms are symptoms that may come a few days or even 30 minutes before your outbreak, which can be a fever, a cold, a tingling sensation on your outbreak site. Some people experience itching. Some people experience nerve pain, headaches, fatigue. Everyone's symptoms are different. This is why it's important for people to take a pause on the dating life and the sex life and to get to learn yourself, your virus, and your body.
So now my wife's get tested. So she ain't got it. I've never been tested for it, but since she ain't got it, I ain't got it, right? I'm good.
No, that's not true.
J Black.
That's not true. Because it
I'm
can
just going
be
with the
dormant.
myth.
It can lie dormant in your body.
So if I ever had a cold sore, does that mean I have it?
If you had a cold sore, yes, you have herpes. Cold sores are herpes. Yes, if you ever had a cold sore, if you ever had a fever blister, you in fact have herpes.
Oh, so I got herpes.
Okay.
I had one before. Mike, you had a cold sore before. Mo, everybody. I feel like everybody had a cold sore at some point. You would think, but it goes away. So I guess it's not an active.
I'm not sitting here like genital herpes is basically a cold sore on your private area. And a lot of people get genital herpes because people who get cold sores on their lip are not aware that I might have herpes. So they don't know anything about the virus. You go down on somebody, you can pass the virus down to somebody's genitals just because you have lip herpes.
Or inside your mouth. Because there are canker sores inside your mouth.
Listen, you can have herpes inside of your mouth, inside of your throat, on your lips, in your eyes, on your face, on your legs, on your fingers. It's called herpetic vitilo. People can have herpes inside of their vagina, by their cervix. People can have herpes outside of their vaginas. Herpes can be anywhere. It's just looking for an opening in the skin. So it's common to see it on the genital area and on your lips because that's your pink area, but it can be on other areas of your body as well.
All right. I just want to ask you this, and this might sound like a simple-minded thing. Have you ever dated somebody who also had herpes and was like, okay, we're good. Like we know the rules. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, have you ever dated somebody and you're just like, okay, we've come together and we're good now. We know what to do.
Dating people within the herpes community is hard for me. A lot of our community is very broken and damaged. So even though they might have herpes doesn't mean that they know everything they need to know about herpes. They might be so stigmatized that they didn't even give their chance to learn what they need to know about their herpes. Plus, the broken energy I'm attracted to. I need you to love yourself. I need you to show up for yourself. I need herpes to not be a factor. I need you already to come with it because I come with the big herpes Caneva energy. So I need you to come with the big herpes Caneva energy. And I haven't found anyone within the herpes community that has that. So often it's kind of like, I don't even want to move forward. I don't want to be coaching my partner. Lack of self-love is unattractive to me. And I believe that people can only love you to the extent that they love themselves. So if I meet somebody who's constantly like, I'm dirty, or no one's going to want me, or this herpes stigma is this and the herpes stigma is that, that is how they're going to show up for me. And that's just not the energy I want in my life.
Mm. But it is a reality for them, though, because our culture, it is like stay back. I don't know. So, I mean, that is a harsh reality, but you're saying just embrace that and I guess head forward. It's like easier said than done.
It's not more so embrace that. It's take a second or take some time to learn how to love on you, to learn how to love yourself unconditionally. I mean, what is validation going to do for us? Another person's opinion is not going to wipe my behind, pay my bills, give me an orgasm. Another person's opinion is not going to do anything. So why allow it to have so much weight over my life?
Self-love.
Do you do a lot of speaking, like engagements where you talk to people like other than just doing a show? And we thank you so much for sharing all this on the show. We really thank you. Do you do more speaking engagements? And if they want to book you, because I think this word needs to get out.
Yes.
I think this is something that needs to be talked about, but go ahead.
Thank you. Yes, I do. At Herpes Can Never, we provide community. We do have a private group. We have a membership. I am an author of a journal titled "You Do Not Love Yourself. Trigger Warning: It's Not Your Herpes." It's it's a journal that asks you triggering questions just so you can learn all the areas in which you need to heal in, and learn that it's never really been your herpes. It's been everything else you decided not to look at. Herpes just brings shit to the surface. Sorry if I curse.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
We offer one-on-one coaching. We offer group coaching. On my YouTube channel, I have over 160 videos on how to manage, maintain, and break the herpes stigma within your own life. Also sharing my personal story. Outside of that, that's it. That's about it.
No, that's a beautiful thing. And we're normally like we're being. Go ahead, Mo. Go ahead, Mo. Go.
Oh no, I had a question for people out there who are who are looking to expand their family and they do have the virus. How did that work for you? Because I know you contracted it. You said you found out the same day that you were pregnant. Did your doctor explain any options that you had in regards to that?
Well, herpes does not live in your blood. It lives in your nervous system. So you can't pass on herpes genetically. I was able to have a vaginal delivery, but it's important for you to know, to tell your doctor that you have herpes. If your doctor does not know that you have herpes, and don't assume they're going to test you for everything just because you're pregnant. That's not true either. But when your doctor knows that you have herpes, during the time of labor, they're going to do a full examination of your birth canal and your vagina to clear you for vaginal birth. If you don't have any outbreak, you can have a vaginal birth. But if you do have an outbreak, you cannot have a vaginal birth. Now, some doctors are going to put you on an antiviral, maybe, let's say, once you hit 32 weeks pregnant, just to guarantee you don't have an outbreak to the term of your pregnancy. But that's not something that you have to do. They say the longer you have herpes, the better for you and your child, just because your body has spent years creating those antibodies to protect you. So those antibodies go to your child too. So your child won't have herpes. If your child does contract herpes through the birth canal, that is fatal. That is called neonatal herpes. And it's rare, but it happens to women who don't know they have herpes, and they find out after having their kid and losing their child that they had herpes.
Wow.
Does the vaccine affect outbreaks and herpes and that aspect? Like can they get the vaccine if they got herpes?
Yes, you can still get the vaccine. The vaccine might trigger an outbreak. A lot of people found out they had herpes after getting the vaccine, only because it's going to lower your immune system and attacks your immune system so that it can build it back up. When your body's trying to fight other things, it doesn't have time to fight your herpes virus. Hence, a herpes outbreak might pop up. Hence, when I found out I was pregnant, I also found out I had herpes. I'm thinking my pregnancy triggered on a herpes outbreak. My body was busy being pregnant and didn't have time to fight that outbreak off. So That's why we have words like cold sores. That's why we have words like fever blisters. When your immune system is low, it's fighting off the cold. It's fighting off the fever. So then it doesn't have time to fight your virus. Cold sore pops up. A fever blister pops up.
No, it was because it was cold outside and I was licking my lips that time.
No.
That's why I don't.
Jay Black, I told Jay Black he had a crack in his lip, and that was the opening that allowed the lesion to come out. He said it's because it was cold because of the weather. Please explain to him.
Hold on, wait. See, he's not gonna know if whatever he had on his lip is herpes until he actually gets the sore tested. So
so in the midst, so if we get another fever blister, I need to get it tested at that point while the fever blister is there.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So it's not after the fact. So, but it can be determined after the fact, but it has to be in the midst of it.
But what they do is they test your blood. So there's 4 herpes tests. You have a culture and you have a PCR. Those 2 tests can be taken on the sore. So if you're having an outbreak, you get the sore tested and you'll know for sure if you have herpes or not. The other 2 tests is called the IgG and the IgM blood tests. Some people are IgG deficient. So no matter how many times they take the IgG blood test, they always test negative. The CDC recommends against these tests because they're so inaccurate. A lot of people test false negatives all the time. But if it's just something that you want to know for yourself, go get tested and request an IgG and IgM, and they'll test for antibodies.
When I have the outbreak a lot, I'm sorry, would it keep happening more and more if somebody does have herpes, don't realize it because they had a one-time cold sore? Like, would it happen more frequently?
No, some people would have one outbreak and never experience an outbreak again. Some people have back-to-back outbreaks. Some people never have an outbreak at all. My business partner, the co-founder of Herpes Can Never, her name is Amber Scott Jones. She's asymptomatic. So she has herpes, but she's never had an outbreak before.
Wow.
Look, you have given out so much great information, and I can tell you, I can tell you simply, we are a very immature show. And you have made us so mature right now. Because when I tell you, sweetie, first of all, what part of New York are you from?
I'm originally from Harlem.
You're from
Harlem? I was raised in Delaware.
Oh, you were raised in Delaware?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was born in the Bronx, raised in South Jersey. So we ain't too far. We ain't too far.
No.
But we haven't cracked one joke. We are very fucking immature. I'm gonna let you know right now. On everything I love. I was sitting here going, when we do this interview,
we gonna joke.
I just hope we can be adults on this shit. Like I prayed on this. Like I had research. Like I got research that I got numbers. I researched stuff because I was like, I want this to be a mature interview.
He fact checked. He never checked facts.
And when I tell you, your energy, and people are saying it on the comments, your energy and your upfrontness is so amazing that it disarms us. Like, I really believe if we did crack jokes, you would have laughed with us. But the fact of the matter is that you're so upfront with it, and you have to, that's just how it has to happen. You got to be upfront with everything in life, and you got to be, and we would love to have you back on the show.
What's a myth, though? Can I get another myth out of her? Give me a couple
and
myths.
Before he says this is what I want to tell you about Jay Black. After we do an interview for like 30 minutes, this motherfucker always has another question at the end. When it's time to wrap up.
I want to know, how does she protect her child? Does she do different things?
You've had all this time to ask these questions. Why do you do this? Why do you do this?
Just a couple myths. Give a couple of myths, stigmas that for our culture, our people, that we just like frowned upon. Just knock a couple down real quick.
You can't get herpes from a toilet seat, y'all.
You can't get it from the toilet seat. Okay.
You think when it's cold outside, that's why you got something on your lip?
It was cold. It was real cold. I kept licking at my lips, and it got dry, and that's what happened with that. I had a cold sore that time. But go ahead. So you can't get it from a toilet seat.
Yes. HSV1 is not the better herpes than HSV2. You can find both viruses on your genitals and on your lips. So I want to make sure that myth is out there too. A lot of people just think HSV2 means genital herpes, and it doesn't.
How about the dental dam? If you wanna eat a coochie, like how does the dental dam work? I've never seen the dental dam. Is it like a straight mask that goes over your mouth, or what?
No,
Because
it's basically a
I got
mask that goes on the
asthma.
coochie. It's
Well,
like a
what?
mask that goes on the coochie.
Oh, it goes on the coochie.
It goes on the coochie.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
even know that.
Oh, like clear rat.
You
Like some people
gonna
do
get
clear
you a flavor if you want. Get your favorite flavor if you want.
Yes.
So does it cover
Cookies and cream.
Wait. So does it cover the clitoris? Is the clit still hanging out?
It can. It depends where you want to cover it at. It can go back door too. If you team to that, you can put it back there and use it.
What?
What you eat groceries, like
you eat them groceries, Mike.
groceries.
Wait. Let me tap this microphone. Hold up. If you team what?
Chew that ass.
Chew that ass, Miss Singleton? Is that what we saying right now? Is that what you want to play with?
That's probably why I got herpes now. That's probably why.
I love it.
Y'all play.
Oh,
Let's
man.
go.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, no. So the dental dam. Hold on. So I put it over the whole entire vagina, and I can cover the clit, or I probably don't want to cover the clit because I want to work magic on the clit.
Yeah, but you want to make sure that there's no outbreak there.
Okay, Mo, we're not talking to you. You're not the expert. You're not the expert. You're not the expert.
I do got a coochie though.
Okay, I know, but relax. I'm asking her. That's our guest. Well, you're here every day. We can ask you every day. We want to know her. So should I cover the clit or leave the clit open?
With or without herpes, use protection and be covering the whole area. Now, say if that's not, let's just keep it real. We all not using protection. With me, I know that my outbreak site is on my right lip towards the bottom. So if you are on the clit, you ain't going to come in contact with where the herpes entered my body, period.
Wait a second, woman. You know your right lip to the bottom of your right lip is where you normally get them?
Yeah, that's where I get them every single time.
You got to know your body.
You got to
on your right, which would be, if I happen to be
Your
with
left.
you, that would be my left. And it's
Your driver's side.
On my driver's side left.
Your driver's side. Not the best.
That is crazy. Yeah.
No, it's on my passenger seat then.
Okay.
No, if I'm facing you, that would be my left, right? Your right would be my left. So I just gotta stay by the clit and don't go to to the left.
Top. Just stay on top. Don't be down there anyway. This is not ice cream cone. I need you up here and staying up here, period. So just stay where you need to be. You ain't gotta worry about nothing.
See, I don't like the fact that the way you talk to me, you would get me to roll the dice. See, I don't like the fact I don't like it. I don't like the
roll
fact.
The dice.
No, I don't like it.
This ain't
hard six.
And especially if you was like specifically just stay from the left lower lip. If you just stay up here,
I'm gonna direct you while you're down there. You're just not gonna be doing anything that you want to do. I'm gonna tell you what I want and what I like and how to do it. You don't gotta worry about that.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't even know if you're like, I don't know what your preference is, but I would just put it in your butt.
Oh,
what in the world?
I knew we weren't going to leave this situation without talking about getting in the butt.
I love you, girl. I want you on this show every week. She wasn't even offended. She was like, well, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I mean, if that's what you into, that's what you into. Little light-skinned man, if that's what you want to do, little light.
No judgment zone.
Let them know. Let everybody know. First of all, thank you so much. We want to have you back on the show because I think this is something we need to have on the show. Let them know how they can get in contact with you and everything, just so they can get more information from you.
My name is Shayna Singleton, aka the Herpes Goddess. If you type in Herpes Goddess on any social platform, you'll find me, or you can go to www.herpescouldnever.com. And if you type in Herpes Could Never on any social platform, you'll find me as well.
You're the realest ever. And we want to have your, and I want to hear your opinion on other stuff than just herpes. I just like your personality, and I know you about that. You're about that life to say what you got to say. Thank you so much for spreading this information. Thank you so much for, and we hope, make sure you stay in touch with Jay Black so we can have you back on the show next week so we can talk about these trifling hoes who want $11,000 a month for child support. I want you on the show. Thank you so much. Everybody follow her. Yeah.
Thank you. Have a good one, y'all.
Have a good one.
Yes.
Great work.
That was good.
Amazing.
Great work. I'm going to take a black and mild break. And
we
Jay
got
Black got herpes.
No, I don't have herpes. We have our nurse practitioner as well when we come back. I don't. I had one time, I had a cold sore last winter. I'm outside licking my lips. It was really cold and they got dry.
You're on herpes level 1. You're on herpes level 1.
Whoa. But it's no better. But it's no better than level 2. There's no better than level 1, level 2 is no better.
Talk that talk if you want, Mike. Talk. I'm embracing who I am. And if I had a cold sore and it represents something, I'm gonna go do a deeper dive. I'm gonna actually ask Shaquisa, our nurse practitioner, her thoughts on that. But Mike, you had a cold sore before too, so let's not act like Mo. You ain't never had a fever blister.
Oh, absolutely, I have.
If I got herpes, we all got herpes.
No, that's what got you in trouble the first time, taking deeper dives. That's what happened. Should have never taken that first deeper dive. What you want me to do, homie? You was a deep sea diver. We have been
educated. We have been educated, and now we must embrace Jay Black.
It wasn't the river in Egypt. Denial.
Denial.
All right, I have to pee something crazy. We'll come back with our nurse practitioner, Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends.
3 minutes.
What up, y'all? It's Michael Shawn from Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. And just in case you missed the show, check this out.
You said earlier that women pick and choose what traditional roles that we want to embrace. I'm going to challenge you and say men do that shit too, because y'all want us to cook and clean and have your meal ready and give you head 3 times a week and have sex. But then you want to back up off them traditional values when we talk about you paying them goddamn bills. Now it's like, well, aren't you an independent woman? Which one is it? I can cook and clean and do all that shit and then sit on my ass. I can be pretty in my job. It can be just to be beautiful and sexy for you if I don't have to worry about no bills. If I got to worry about bills, you might get stubble on my legs. You might get an eyebrow that ain't arched. You might get some weak ass, unenthusiastic head when I feel like it, because I have to still work. Now, if you take care of all that shit, I can relax and I can have time to be on Fashion Nova or Victoria's Secret websites and buy lingerie for your black ass.
Don't
you
say
make
that.
me, if I gotta work on his head.
But don't say that, because when we do make the money and we do have you in that situation and we go like, I'm making all the money, we're looked at cavemen then too. They're
no,
like,
but you look at
you just because you taking care of her, you think you deserve to get head 3 times a day and she should cook and clean with you in the 60s.
I believe you do. If someone pays all my bills, you deserve all of that. You do.
Search Media Room 360 on all streaming platforms. Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. Yeah, yo. Takeover Legends. We the worst records, baby. We about to create a perfectly horrible song. Y'all know I've been in the gym, and now all I wear is tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts. Yes, I do.
Michael Shawn wears
Tight shirts every day. I wear tight shirts because I'm working out some. And if I wear the right size, you won't see none of my little cuts in my arms or whatever. Short sleeve tight shirts in any type of weather. People talking trans when they see me in the street.
Your shirt's so tight, we can see your heartbeat.
Man, clown me if you want, I'm sticking to my guns. And when the summer comes, it's gonna be fun. You can crack jokes and treat me like a jerk, but one day you'll see my 6-pack right through my shirt. And even if I wanted to, I just can't stop. I just might rock an Ezekiel crop top.
Whoa.
What? Did I take it too far? What?
Yes.
Whatever. Tight shirts in the morning, at work and when I grieve. I even wear tight pajama tops when I sleep. Tight shirts. Tight shirts. Yeah. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Every day. Wednesday.
White Shawn wears
Tight shirts. To the gym or wherever.
tight shirts.
Tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, Michael Shawn and We the Worst Records, Pluto, Aristotle, and P Skills have just destroyed or created another perfectly horrible song. Yeah. Check out the next single, Grown Man Wearing Skinny Jeans.
That's it, bro. Mix it up, bro.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in. Tap in.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Low waist, fat, baby, tap in.
Oh, I'm going to tap in for sure.
Tap in.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends on Wellness Wednesdays.
Yes.
I'm actually exhausted simply because we had to be mature for like 35 minutes. I couldn't do it. Nurse, I couldn't do it, nurse.
Very
I
mature.
know, Mike. Why do you always have to slip it in your guest butt every time you talk?
Every time. Hey, you know what's funny? You know what's funny? My fiance always says, "Why do you always talk that type of ish when you never do it?" I'm like,
Ooh, it's challenge.
No, my fiance, like, stop playing. I would really get punched in the face if I tried that. Like, I'm being honest. Like I would really get jabbed in the throat if I actually tried it. But it's like that childish kid thing in me. Like, I just want to say it because I'm not supposed to say it. But God bless her. She did a great job, and we want to have her back.
I learned a lot.
No, we all learned a lot, and the fact that the nurse practitioner learned a lot. Nurse, I gotta talk to you. I have to talk to you. It's getting serious out here now with this COVID-19 testing and the vaccination. It's been very serious where people are about to lose their jobs.
Yes,
you know, like actually, LeBron James actually took the vaccination and made it public that he took the vaccination, I think, a day or two ago. And now people are going to be denied, allegedly. I'm not sure. I'm just reading what I was reading, and I did go on CNN, of unemployment. You may not be able to get unemployment if you don't get the vaccination. In New York, they said, I think it was yesterday, midnight, nurses who don't get vaccinated will lose their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And they were saying they're going to bring the National Guard in to take over the jobs. I don't know what the National Guard had to do with that. What are your feelings on that? Like, how do you feel about that situation now?
I think that it is really what happened to our rights as people to decide what goes in and out our bodies. And for me, a nurse has more medical knowledge than a regular person. So if a nurse with all of her knowledge decides, or his, that they don't want the vaccine, why are you forcing them? Like, they have gone through school, they know the medication, they know how the body works, they know what's in the vaccines, they know the side effects, they know the possible complications, they know how to protect themselves, their family, and their patients. So why are we so gung-ho on forcing them to take the vaccine, especially when we're already in a nursing shortage? That just seems stupid to me.
So in your situation, if you're challenged and somebody says, well, basically, you're not going to be able to work here anymore, what are your options? Are you going to say yes, no? If you don't want to answer, I
don't have to worry about that because I have my own company.
Oh, so you have your own company. You're not in. Okay, so you have your own situation going on.
Yeah, but I 2 years ago, I actually did a live in a couple of nursing groups telling them that this day was coming. I was actually telling them all, you need to find another stream of income because a job really is like working on the plantation because you have to do whatever they say in order to keep your job. And I was actually in a debate with somebody on Clubhouse last night because it was a manager who was a nurse, and she was saying that the nurses were not forced to take the vaccine, but then turned around and said She had conversations with them about the administrative leave without pay. And I was like, how could you say that they're not forced to take the vaccine, but then tell them that now you can't feed your kids, you can't pay your car note, you can't pay your mortgage unless you take the vaccine. So it is forcing people to take the vaccine. And I think that anything that forces people to do stuff, especially something that's not tried and true, especially something that we don't know the side effects of it later on, especially something that you can't come back in 5 years and sue for it because of the fact that it just became FDA approved and it's the emergency approval, that's the problem that I have with them forcing somebody to take the vaccine, because if it causes you disability or injury to your body, there's nobody that you can hold accountable.
Okay, I want to quote a radio personality who went live yesterday, and I thought it was well, I'm not even going to put my opinion. I'm going to just say his quote. His quote was, "I understand why there are different opinions on taking a vaccination for past history of this government, but I quote, it's not that deep. You're going to feel unhealthy. You're going to feel unhealthy for 2 days." And then you're going to be fine and you're going to have the ability to move around and do what you want to do. But I quote, he said, it's not that deep. Your response to that?
It's funny how people seem to downplay something if they're okay with it. So there's a lot of people who are okay with, oh, it's not a big deal because you're okay with taking the vaccine. But if you didn't want to take the vaccine, then it would be a big deal. I don't really think it should be anybody else's business what somebody else does with the vaccine, because my vaccination status don't protect you. It doesn't. Therefore, why are we so quick to tell other people what to do with their bodies? Like, I'm not asking you, if it's not a big deal, would you let somebody stick their finger up your butt? It's not a big deal. Just let them do it and get it over with. Like, you can't tell somebody what I choose to put in my body and what I choose to do for myself. You don't have a choice in that. You shouldn't even be talking about that. If you want to get the vaccine, that's fine. But to tell somebody else, oh, well, it's not such a big deal, I don't think that that's fair, because people have different reasons. The family of the man who died 9 days after they got the vaccine, it's a big deal to them. They're terrified of it. So you can't say that it's not a big deal. It might not be a big deal to you, but you don't know how the next person feels. There are people that have genuine fears because of it. If you mention vaccine, they're having anxiety, afraid to take it. They might have an allergy to the flu vaccine, and then the job is making them take it, and the job is telling them that we're not taking a no from the doctor. Like, there's real people who have real fears. And if somebody does not want the vaccine, the thing that bothers me so much is all of history, have you ever seen anything forced on people the way that this is being forced? If you call Walgreens, you call CVS, if you call Walmart, if you're on hold, the whole time they are doing commercials for the vaccine. Why?
I'm getting calls from my county and from my city saying basically, hey, you got a minute? I want to talk to you about the vaccine. Yes. And we offer it. You want to come get it? I'm busy. Call me back. I just click. Right. Because it's a constant. And I guess you're on this list. If you're not already vaccinated, you're on this list where they're constantly calling you, telling you, hey, this is where you can go get it at. Are you busy? Are you free today at 1:00? Because our clinic is open and we're giving out vaccines.
Now, there are tests that are they home tests to test yourself for COVID-19?
Yes. You can get them at CVS.
So this is what I don't understand. And please clue me in, because I have a sense of humor, but I'm not the smartest person in the room. I understand that. Can't we just test ourselves constantly to see if we're negative and then go out into the public and just do the same? Because if I get vaccinated, I can still get COVID, correct?
Right. And that's the problem that I have. And I'm very vocal. And when I have a problem with something somebody says, I'm going to tell you. And then I was on Clubhouse last night, and a nurse that was vaccinated asked another nurse who wasn't vaccinated how she protected her patients. And so, of course, me being me, I said the same way that, she got COVID from a patient. So first of all, let's start there, because we're the ones at risk. Second of all, she's getting tested every week. She's wearing the proper PPE. She's the one that's looked at as a high risk. You're the one that's vaccinated. How are you protecting your patients? Because you're not getting tested every week. Therefore, if it's spreading through the hospital, it's the ones that's not getting tested every week that's spreading it. And instead of mandating vaccinations, why not mask and why not test everybody weekly? That's really the only way to determine. So if you go to a gathering and nobody has a mask on, but everybody has a negative status, when was that negative test? When was the vaccination? If it was 5 or 6 months ago, they might not have any antibodies.
Right. And listen, I'm 1000%. I'm so confused, and I've said this, and I've said
everyone is, because the information is constantly changing. It's like every day. But I did want to tell you something. I'm not going to say the name of the drug, but remember the drug that I was telling y'all about that helps? You know, Pfizer is coming up with one just like it, right? They're in the process of making one.
But this is where my confusion lies. I will travel on a plane, and I'll be going to a city, right? And the whole plane is going to a football game. The whole plane is dressed up in the garments like for a team, and we all have masks on. And then they walk to a stadium with 60,000 people, and they take their mask off. Or even in my life, I'll be on a plane where I'll have a mask. Then I'll go to a sold-out comedy show where nobody's wearing a mask.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, am I less susceptible to get it at a comedy club with 300 people?
People do what they want to do to be happy with themselves. Now, on a plane, you really do need to wear a mask because it's recycled air. So you're breathing in everybody else's air.
Yes.
But I actually got blocked by a friend because she made a comment about me being unvaccinated. But then when I made a comment about her going to a party, a wedding, and a barbecue with no mask on, she got mad and blocked me. I'm just like,
blocked.
But I will say this. I will never not wear a mask on a plane simply because of that recycled air.
Right.
It has nothing to do with COVID. It's how much the recycled air, like the germs are coming from one side, the front end of the plane to the back end of the plane. So I'm never not going to wear a mask on a plane. Like I'm permanent from there on out.
And are you banned from saying, because I noticed earlier you said the drug that you talked about before in the show, now Pfizer, CDC is coming up with one or whatever on their own. You can't say ivermectin no more? Like that's like a trigger word that you're banned to say from now?
When you say that word, you tend to get emails. You tend to get calls from pharmacies. So, yeah.
So that's
so in the medical community, a lot of us are calling it the drug that shall not be named. Because it's really getting very, very hard to get. Like I have to write an extra prescription on top of the prescription. And then the pharmacy now calls me back to ask me if I still want to give this. I've never had to do that in my life.
I believe in COVID. I want everybody to listen. I believe in COVID, but I also believe that the pharmaceutical companies are going to make sure that you take what they want you to get because there's much money at stake. I believe in every death that has happened. I believe in every family that is suffering right now from a loss in their family. I believe that this is real, but I also believe there's an agenda that is going on to make sure $1 trillion is made, including not just the vaccination, but the booster that they're pushing now and everything. So I'm not saying it's a fake. I think it's 1000% real, but I also understand they're capitalizing off of something that is real.
It feels planned.
Yes.
And who profits from that though, Mike? Because we're, as a people, we're not paying for them shots, right?
So the government is.
The government has paid billions.
Your insurance is, when you pay for your insurance, you're paying for it. So you're paying for it.
And you're paying for it in your tax dollars, and it's the reason why you'll never get universal health care, because pharmaceutical companies would lose billions if we all got universal health care, even though we deserve it, but we've been scammed to believe that we shouldn't have universal health care. Why not? Why
It's
should
too
we
much
not
money to
have?
be
Why should we? And they'll say, well, you won't be able to go to the doctors that you want to go to. Okay, so
You
make
still
my
can't.
universe, exactly. We still can't without a referral, but then make our universal health care the platinum package where we literally get the best health care in the world. It happens in different countries all over the globe.
Yes.
But there's too much money. The drug dealers make too much money.
The legal drug dealers.
Yes,
Right.
the original, the drug dealers
Right.
that capitalize and don't go to jail for life and don't have documentaries made after them. They ain't got Pablos and El Chapos and all that other stuff. Because the one documentary that I do watch, you guys put pressure on so it would get taken off of Netflix. That's all. That's all. But go ahead, Mo. You had a question?
No, I was just going to say, even outside of that, when we're talking about profitability, the stocks. Have y'all seen Moderna stock and Pfizer stock right now? How much it's increased? And if you were following the stocks before COVID hit and before they developed the vaccine, you could get Moderna stock at maybe like between 10 to 20, because of course the stocks fluctuate. It's now in the 400s, 500, 600, $700 range per share since the vaccine came out. So when you're talking about money and monetizing and who's making money off of this, people who are investing into these big pharmaceutical companies are pushing their money and flushing their dollars into that and making money off of this virus.
I just
And I
want to
would
know.
really like to know. It should be open to the politicians what stocks they own, because a lot of the ones
like
that
they're toxic.
push them,
Yeah.
I would like to know if they own stocks, because you shouldn't have the power over the people if it profits you. You should.
Moderna stock is at $384.21 right now.
That's
But
crazy.
we need to know if it has Joe Biden invested.
That's what I want to know.
We need to know if the Biden
And definitely Greg Abbott. I definitely want to know where his stocks are.
I would love to know if Governor Abbott has invested in this. I would love to know. I would love to know if his people who support him have invested in this.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be in his name. It would be in the family member. Of
But
somebody
even
else.
if it is,
it's not illegal though. So why would it be in his name?
Yeah, and we need to know if LeBron is vaccinated. But do we know if Jeff Bezos is vaccinated?
Jeff Bezos.
Bezos is vaccinated. Do we know if Bill Gates is vaccinated? Do we know this for sure? But we need to know if LeBron James is.
Well, I got a more important question. If I had a cold sore, does that mean I have herpes, Doc?
OMG.
Forget COVID right now.
OMG.
I'm still stuck on this. I had a cold sore and now I got herpes.
There's no way for me to tell you if it was a cold sore without looking at it. But most cold sores don't go away in 2 days.
Most cold sores doesn't go
away. But they have the
2 or 3 days.
Abreva. I saw the commercial for
I put the cortisone on. You put the cortisone on it,
why don't you just Google?
The whole outbreak process takes longer than 2 days. If it was completely gone in 2 days,
well, not completely. You see the little. It's the height of it.
Why don't you just Google cold sores?
Okay, I am
Have
because
you
I'm stuck on this.
had one since then?
No, it's like when it's the winter time and licking the lips. But I'm very cautious now. Every time it's cold and my lips is dry, let me make sure I put some Blistex or something chapstick. Cause I ain't trying to get no cold sore.
Do you know what Blistex is for? Have you ever Googled what
It prevents your lips from getting dry. No, that's what I know it's for.
That's not what Blistex.
She's killing me.
I'm still stuck on this cold sore and fever blister.
But if you Google Blistex, you're not on your cell phone. Blistex will mention herpes in it. If you look at
so with chapstick, with regular old chapstick, that's the same thing. Dr. Mike.
No, I'm not. No. Listen, don't get mad at me. I don't have a problem with it. You're the one who has a problem with it.
I want to know if I got herpes now because I had a cold sore and I had chickenpox as a kid. So I'm thinking, does that have? I want to do. I figure our nurse practitioner would treat people. Do people come in with cold sores and want you to look at them?
No, because you can take stuff over the counter for that. They normally don't come in unless it's a frequent outbreak. Like if it's happening back to back, then of course you need some oral medication. It comes up once or twice a year, then you can take something over the counter for it.
Yeah, I'm good then. All right, I just want to make sure I was good. Thanks for telling me I'm good.
What? Did you say you're good because you
good.
only have one outbreak when it gets cold outside and you lick your lips?
Yep, I'm good. She said it. All right, next question. Go ahead. What we talking about next? Let's move on. I'll leave on that high note right there.
He got what he wanted to out of that conversation, so he's done.
A cold sore, a fever blister is not a big deal. Like, I think you're getting caught up. We just did a whole interview with a woman who said the herpes thing is like that's the thing that people are caught up on. Like, just because you have a fever blister and a cold sore doesn't mean you're like dirty or something.
You're not tainted.
There's like billions of dollars of stuff. Like, my mom has shingles. She gets shingles, and she really has bad shingles in her older age that she got in her 70s.
And you can get that at an earlier age too. Shingles. If you have chickenpox in your body. If you've had chickenpox before.
So it's not anything like harsh or whatever like that. I mean,
you still loved and accepted, J Black. It's okay.
Nope, my wife ain't got it. She get tested all the time for stuff like that, and so I ain't got it. And the doc said once a year I'm good. I don't keep having it, so I'm good. I'm ready to move on. I'm literally ready to move on.
It's popcorn and coffee time.
No, so what else is health wise? Like,
it's just like, first of all, he's the one who interrupted our conversation to bring this up, and now he's like, we can move on.
Because it was stuck.
Now,
I couldn't get past it.
Do you see, nurse, when I spaz? Do you see
the dysfunction of it all?
But it makes for a great show, though. I love watching Claude and Ray. Like, it's my day.
But
I haven't figured out who's who yet. I'm still trying to decide that in my head. But
I'm Eddie.
Okay.
I'm Eddie. But when he says my wife gets tested, and God bless, but it's like when people worried about HIV and should still be worried about HIV, guys used to be like, well, she just got pregnant and she just had a baby. That means she got tested for HIV, so she negative. That means I'm negative. That's not how it works.
It's not how it works.
That's not how it works. That's
6 degrees.
But okay, all right. Somebody got a question for the nurse, because what I'm not gonna do today, I'm gonna keep my same tone, just like this.
You done already cursed today. You done went elevated. You done already had more.
How did I elevate?
I missed that part.
How did I elevate?
It was something earlier in the show. They was like 6:17, and Mike is already going in. It was something
the trigger. We were talking about the trigger cars. It was a car. Don't talk about cars. So let's not bring that up.
He told me to shut the hell up when he read my
cars.
What was the cars? Say it again. What was it?
It was cars about, prenups and cars, and I should get to a couple of cars. Right. You said you should get shit for the Honda Accord, and let's not rehash that.
We did.
Because these hoes don't be having no talent. Now I'm playing. I'm playing.
She had to have some talent. She gave him 3 kids.
All she had was vagina. Vagina is God's gift.
She was
3 times.
God gave you that gift
3 times. There was some talent in us sometime for him to come back and put 3 babies in it. I'm just saying.
That was just availability. Like, people got to understand. Like, everybody's like, it's just availability. You always around. Like, at the end of the show, you always around. I'm just kidding, y'all.
You're funny.
You got to be.
But I will tell women this, because I've had this argument on radio.
Okay.
And they'll be like, why did he get her pregnant? And they'll look at the person and they'll judge the person's looks. And they'll be like, but he's worth $50 million. Why did he get her pregnant? And I always say availability. Y'all forget that at the end of the night, at the end of the whole show, when everybody's gone, there's that one person who lingers, and they know what they lingering for. And it has nothing to do with them being a dime, a 10, a 9, a 7, a 6. It happens to be they're there.
Holding out.
I was actually watching a movie where a woman kept coming onto a man and kept coming on a man, and then they finally had sex, and she acted like they was in a relationship, and he said, you know what this was? And she was like, well, why did you sleep with me? And he was like, well, you're basically the low-hanging fruit.
Oof.
And women do it to guys too.
That's true.
Women do it to guys too. They'll be like, listen, it's a Thursday. I'm gonna call it. All I want him to do is come up in it.
The maintenance man.
Yeah.
That's the maintenance man.
The plumber.
And I love people who know their position. I know when people know when you walk in, you be like, I know I don't deserve this. I know why you calling me.
I don't deserve this.
I don't deserve this. I know your level of vagina right now.
There was an episode on Insecure where Issa Rae kept calling the guy she met who worked at the airport, and all he did was bring the meat and the Henny.
Stop. What else you want?
That's it. That's all she needed. She needed a little drink, and she needed the pipe, and that was it. And he knew, and he started to try to like talk and make yeah. So what you doing after this? The infamous. So where you going after this?
I'm tired.
Oh, I'm tired.
Early in the morning.
I gotta go work. I gotta go to work.
I think it's a blessing when people after sex get dressed immediately and go about their separate ways, like immediately.
So
like, a matter of fact, they just pound it up. Just give a fist bump. Like afterwards, just pound it up.
Nice job.
Good work.
Takes a lot of maturity to do that. Though.
It does.
It takes a lot of maturity to understand. You here for one thing. You got a role to fulfill. After that job is done, exit the building
and take these herpes.
And that's the thing with men.
These herpes with you.
They try to trick women into thinking there was a relationship, but there's a lot of women that will be okay with that if you would just tell them up front.
Right.
That's all you're interested in. You ain't got to lie and act like you want to be in a relationship.
You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie.
Exactly.
But you know what happens is that people mess up by mistake sometimes, and a cuddle happens just because y'all both tired. Like y'all been drinking all night, and and then y'all cuddle by mistake, and then all of a sudden you like, oh shit, we both cuddled. Like what?
A cuddle doesn't mean it just means comfort.
And to all my women out there, stop equating cuddling with that man want to be with you. Stop equating sex and getting your back blown out that he wants a relationship with you. Sweetheart, just because you had sex do not mean that y'all are together, or does not mean that he wants anything more than past that night. And so, yes.
But if I throw my left leg over your leg,
that's a different situation, because now you rubbing feet. And you rubbing feet, you sending the wrong signal.
And I just want to let you know, bitch, I love you. That's all I'm saying. Like, don't like, I love you. If I throw that left leg and I bring you towards me just with my leg, and I bring you towards me,
that's universal. That's universal for girl. We go together. We go together, girl. We together. We a couple.
I'm claiming you with my leg.
Yeah, I'm claiming you right now. If you're not on birth control, you should have been, because I did not pull out in time on purpose. I'm telling you right now. I'm just letting you know. All right. We got more questions for the nerds. Are we good? Because I need more.
Good.
I had a back spasm today. I need some help.
Yeah.
I was talking to Michael, Shawn, and Jay Black, and all of a sudden that pain, like it felt like it was about to take me out of here. It stopped me dead in the middle of my sentence.
That's called being in Jamaica a few weeks ago and getting it put in your butt. Go ahead, nurse. Talk to her. No,
back spasm. Is that like a Charlie horse? It just hits you? Like, what is that?
It was in the top center. Does that mean that I'm just stressed?
It could be, but I would recommend going on Amazon and getting you a TENS unit. It's like it's got little pads. Well, I don't have one here because I've given them all away, but you can put it on there and it gives like massages. That's really good. Okay. And if that doesn't work, then you should, talk to your doctor and maybe ask him for some muscle relaxers or something like that. But it could be stress, especially if it's just out of nowhere.
I mean, it was out of nowhere.
Massage.
So I get regular massages. So I don't know what that was about. It was all of a sudden I couldn't even speak.
Right. It might be aftershock of getting your back blown out when you was on vacation.
So he might be right. Dr. Mike might have had some insight there. Wow, who knew?
I didn't stretch. Maybe she been on sabbatical.
Laughing in the background.
She been on sabbatical. She been on a shelf for quite some time. I had to dust her off.
Oh, the nurse ain't shit either. I love it.
You're right. I didn't stretch. I didn't stretch, so maybe that was the case. I should have stretched before my activities.
Mm-hmm. And what is a Charlie horse though? Like you get the Charlie horses in your like, how do you prevent it? What is that? Can you prevent a Charlie horse?
You can prevent a Charlie horse, but everybody's different. The reasons why you get it, you could have low potassium levels. You know, you could have overworked the muscle. You could have gotten too hot and be dehydrated. Like there's a whole bunch of different reasons, and everybody's individualized. The reason why you got a Charlie horse might not be the same reason why it's the person next to you. So it's really what you were doing before.
Sleep. Say if you just sleep and you just stretch real and you sleep. And it snap you and wake you up. Like,
then you should actually get your labs checked, because a lot of times that can mean your potassium is low. When that happens to my husband, I make him eat cherries because cherries are really good at potassium.
Cool.
What about bananas or banana?
Yes, but cherries seem to work faster than bananas.
You muted, Mike. You muted.
And what about the pickle juice? Because my mom does that. She sent me to get her some pickle juice one time. She said that's the only thing that works for her. Pickle juice.
Pickle juice.
I've heard of pickle
Let's
juice.
just understand how freaky the nurse and her husband are. She was like, I'm making me cherries whenever that happens. She's like, I'm making me cherries. Go ahead.
This will fix it. This will fix it.
My mother said pickle juice.
Go ahead,
Yeah, Bobby, that's my mother. She says pickle juice. Pickle juice helps her. And I'm like, what the hell? She had sent us to get her bring me 2 jars of pickle juice. I need it now. I said, what the hell you need pickle juice for? And she was all right.
And I listen to my elders when it comes to things like that, because I have one lady that swears by a tablespoon of mustard for heartburn. And I told my patient we tried all different types of medications and they still had a lot of heartburn, and they started doing the mustard and it went away. So there's knowledge in the elders. I listen and I take notes.
Yeah, but
my mama only 60. I don't know if she know what the hell she's talking about, but I guess that pickle juice works.
Elders be freaky too. Jay Marie said she gets a Jay Marie said she gets a Charlie horse. She gets a Charlie horse when N-words don't want to leave. Like Jesus.
I used to go see patients at an assisted living, and they was getting it in.
Yeah, because when you get
door to door.
Listen,
that's the story.
My grandfather lived with my mom, and he was like 89, 90, and he was staying in my room, and they had a hospital bed and everything like that, and the nurse came and she tried to she tried to get mad because she was giving him a bath. And my grandfather stayed freaky, and my grandfather in Spanish said, "Oh, that feels nice." That's what he said. And she was like, I can't wash him if he's gonna say that. And in my mind, I was like, first of all, this man can't even walk on his own. There's nothing he's gonna do to you. Like he can't even get out of the bed. All he said was, "Oh, that's nice." That's all he said.
It was nice.
It was nice. You was washing my grandfather.
He must not be very seasoned, because that's something nurses go through all the time. Because I've had patients tell me they would give me their whole Social Security checks, and that's just what they do.
Nurse, I was about to she was about to make a stack. If she would have just been quiet and be like, "Yo, just understand,
just wash."
Hit him one more time with the wash.
Right.
I promise it's only gonna last all of half a second.
Right.
I would have gave her a stack as the tip. I would have just gave her a stack and be like, "Yo, take that." But she was like, "Oh, I can't believe he can barely hold his cup up to drink." Like he was literally on some old, like, listen, man.
That was my great grandfather. He had Alzheimer's, and yes, my grandfather had Alzheimer's, but he was very active all throughout, his life, and so active that I have a great uncle who is much younger than me, and I'm just gonna leave that on the floor.
Okay.
Yes.
Getting it in.
My grandmother has a brother who's younger than me, much younger than me.
Wow.
So he was still getting it in. And you're right. The elderly population, they get it in, and they have higher sexual peaks than we do.
And they have a lot of STDs or STIs.
Yes.
as well.
Yes, because they share that one guy who got who got the blue pill, who got a prescription for the blue pill, that's staying in the assisted living center, and they all rotate. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Betty, you got Tuesdays. It ain't your day, Betty.
Jeez.
All right, so Mike is going to see you, nurse, where he get his herpes test this week. Hopefully get that scheduled. I thought that's okay.
J Black.
No, I thought Mike needed to get that herpes tested.
It's getting cold. It's getting cold out. It's getting chilly outside.
It's gonna be a cold winter.
It's gonna be a cold winter.
Bundle up.
I just want to say, I realize that I have a problem, Mike, when I have the song Tight Shirts memorized. When I was singing that this morning, I was like, oh shit, he got me.
Let me tell you how depressed I get, because I've been in the gym. I'm seeing the trainer today at 3:30. So I'm trying to get where I can wear tight shirts again. All the tight shirts that I have are in this one part of the closet. All this is larges and all types of. It makes me so. Michael's showing herpes test. The one it's not, Jay Black is the one who claims he licked it. Jay Black's the one who said I licked.
That's how you pass the buck.
Yeah, he passed the buck. Jay Black was like, I licked herpes on my own lip in the cold. Like what?
And then he gave it to Michael Shawn.
Yeah, what? It's not that.
On that note,
rewatch the show, y'all. It had nothing to do with me. Jay did it to himself voluntarily. Like he was like, "Yo," all of a sudden there was a bump on my lip in the wintertime, and it was dope. Look, he's still pointing at the part right
now. I remember. Trying to see if there's any remnants still there. Like what?
It's there. It's sleeping.
It's not.
Wait until it get cold.
It's not.
That herp gonna come right on up.
Thank you, nurse practitioner.
Y'all heard
her. Come right on
the funny thing is that we had a guest called the Herpes Goddess, and I liked her. I
liked her a lot.
But I really want her back on the show. But the fact that her name was the Herpes Goddess is so
that threw me. When I saw that, I was just like, wait a minute. I thought that's why I text Shawn. I was like, am I supposed to be on the show? Because I ain't know.
That's not my name.
See the stigma? See? No,
it's not a stigma, but I mean, if you didn't name yourself that, let somebody call you the Herpes King and see how you come out.
The Herpes King. Mike Shawn, the Herpes King. Yeah.
You can put that on me all you want. All you got to do is watch the show. I had nothing to do with this. All right, nurse. We're going to see you next week. Have a great week.
All right.
Tell your husband I said what up.
Mike will see you some cherries.
All right, y'all. We're gonna take a break, and then when we come back,
there's no more breaks, is it?
Yes.
Taking breaks.
One more.
Taking breaks.
No, I mean, we've gone straight through. And Mike, I don't even think Mike has had one back. Jay don't run nothing.
We just took a break.
Yes, and a regular show, you take a break. We had a segment with the Herpes Goddess. Right. We had a segment with the nurse. And guess what you do after you do segments, Jay?
You take a break.
We different. We're not the traditional. That was the part of the thing when we started this. You was having a DJ that wasn't DJing, a producer that's not producing. You said we're not doing anything traditional. We're going out on a limb. Now you want to take breaks.
Hey, Cold Sore, we'll be back in a few minutes.
I was always funny. I was always the funniest kid in the room, the funniest teenager in the class, and the funniest adult. Back then, I didn't even know that this would be my career. It was my protection. Funny is what got me through every trauma in my life. Every person I lost, every fight I lost, every girlfriend I lost. Funny always got me through these things. It was the one relationship that I knew I can't live without this one. I need funny. I gotta make people laugh. I gotta take away their anger so it won't be directed at me. And that relationship was so important that it literally turned into my job. And I thought, this is the end all, be all, be funny. Until I met alcohol. When I met alcohol, that relationship took over. I can only explain my relationship with alcohol like a toxic relationship. And we see it all the time. We see it all the time. There's a person, let's just say it's a woman who has a bright smile that lights up the room, who has all the energy in the world, and everybody loves this woman. But she's in love with this toxic man that brings her nothing but pain, brings her violence, brings her this sadness that she can't compare to anything else in the world. But even though that man brings that to her, she can't find it in her mind. She can't even fathom living without this toxic person. That is my exact relationship with alcohol.
We the worst rankers, baby. We about to ruin another instant classic. People were like, Mike Shawn, where you been for 60 days? Yo, Aristotle, let's tell her. Straight out of rehab, a crazy alcoholic named Michael. Trying to break this alcoholic cycle. 2 shots, 3 shots, just to start the day. My girl mad, cause I'm even drunk on Sundays. Every day, I'm headed to the liquor store. Take a shower, liquor coming out my pores. People saying, Mike Shawn, you better try and chill. Mind your business, and hand me some Advil. Got a headache, I'm so hungover. Gotta work in the morning, hope I'm sober. DUI, now I'm getting pulled over. Oh Lord, now I'm getting pulled over. Please, sir, step out the car. Hand me your license and recite the alphabet. Backwards. Backwards? Oh, straight out of rehab, crazy alcoholic up in AA. Say my name out loud, they reply, hey. 60 days in a drug-free clean state. Cold word, I was on a little vacay. Sharing feelings that I never thought I'd ever say. Grabbing tissues, eyes sweaty, I don't wanna stay. Calling home, yo, let me talk to my maid. No, for real, let me talk to my maid. Man up, 12 steps is the game plan. Tell the truth if you really wanna beat it, man. No chicks, no drink, pass on the tab. Michael Shawn, and I'm straight out of rehab. We the worst rankers, baby. We have just ruined another classic song. Michael Shawn, Aristotle, Pluto, Rest Up, Pills, Cosby, my man Flip, Mika Badass. Yeah, Michael Shawn, we the worst record. You know what I say? Yeah, yeah. Straight out of rehab.
Don't never stop if you wanna be on top. Yeah.
Tap in.
We have a crazy alcoholic named Michael. Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, J Black, Sexy Mo. Shawnee's got it somewhere in the Caribbean with her face in a pillow. Okay, listen. Hard sand. Take a break. Jay's herpes is up. Oh my God, actually. Jeez Louise.
Well, we were mature the whole time, J Black. What'd you expect?
Yeah.
You swear up and down that it's not herpes. It is.
We try to be transparent. And,
yeah,
and
you did a good job, but why you trying to push it on me? Like, why you trying to push it?
Because
on
I
me?
know you had a cold sore too before. Like everybody had a cold sore or fever blister, and you make it seem like
you're the one that's
y'all make it sound I'm the only one that ever had. No, you make it sound I'm the only one that ever had a cold sore before. Like, ooh. No, everybody that had a fever or a cold sore. So stop that. We all in. If I got herpes, you got herpes. That's why I said you. But she said I don't got it because it only happened like once a year.
No.
And she said once or twice. She said once or twice. I didn't even have it twice. I had it once.
Not what she said.
And that was last winter.
Actually, you can have herpes and only have one breakout in your whole entire life or zero.
It was like 2020.
She said she needs to test you first to make sure. She can't really accurately tell you.
J. Marie, what does that mean? J. Marie's comment was, I remember when I was all in your DM, like, what the is going on? I know they lying. What? I didn't know what you were talking about. What are you talking about with that comment, J. Marie?
I remember. Her comment before that was the recovery. So maybe she was talking about the relapse again.
The recovery show. Oh, got you. The relapse again.
Yeah.
Check that out on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
All right, she may not have all the facts, and she may not know if it happened for sure, but she knows allegedly. It's allegedly with Sexy Mo. Allegedly.
That's the intro. That's the intro.
Allegedly. All the radio show stuff. Yes, Jay Marie. Go ahead, Mo. Get to it. This is the hardest part of the show, not because of your segment.
It is.
I be fading fast. Like these last 30 minutes. I'm like, what?
My wife said that yesterday. She said, I saw Mike's eyes. He was ready to end that show really early. She be on it. See, she be picking you apart. I told you.
I be tired. Like, we start the show at 6 a.m.
Yes.
and on Dallas and 7 a.m. on the East Coast. So I wake up at 5 to do this court-ordered testing alcohol device. And I gotta breathe. I gotta breathe in that alcohol device. Then I gotta breathe in something. Like I got more things in my mouth than Little Nas X. But so I'm up an hour before smoking a Black and Mild. And I'm like, by the time this hits, this really like takes it. And that's why I'm drinking this pre-workout thing. I'm going to see the trainer today. And yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all.
You getting it right? You trying to get it right?
I ain't gonna lie. But they took a test. So they hold this thing, right? And you hold this thing and it does your body fat.
Oh, yes.
I'm only 100 and today I was 165 pounds. I am 28% body fat. I have 28% body fat. That is so bad, y'all.
Yeah.
That is so
bad.
I'm 28% of 165 pounds is fat. So I gotta get that. He's like, we gotta get that in the teens.
Yeah, like 19.
I'm sure America, they say America is obese as far as you go by the height with the weight. So everybody is in the same boat. It's not worse.
I'm special.
No, my doctor said I'm severely obese.
Yes, and I'm like, I'm not doing this. And I need these man boobs. I need to do this shirt.
Your middies? Are your middies?
Yes, I need to do, like right now it's getting tight right here, but I still got lingerage right over here.
You're about a B cup.
Yes.
Like a B cup.
Yes, in real life right here. But right here, I can feel it. Like we were doing these exercises. He was like, "You're doing good."
Doing?
No, I'm really. So I'm going to. By my birthday, I'm doing this show. I'm doing this entire show with no shirt on.
So come March. That's the goal. By March. What is this? April, September?
By his birthday.
Okay.
Let's mark it for your birthday.
I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be so vulnerable, and y'all can joke all you want, but these boobs will not be there. They'll be like.
So you had a Snoop Dogg wife beater on from Baby Boy. That's the goal.
No shirt.
Mike,
Michael Shawn will be displaying his new
he won't have me
in middies by March.
You won't have me on this screen.
Wait, is that the cleavage?
Right here. This is getting tight. Now I can't pull the shirt all the way down. It's gonna be, I'm telling you, but right here, this lingerage is bad. This is bad, dog. This is bad.
Now I am curious, Tam. When he said that, I'm like, I wonder what my body weight mass is compared to the fat.
I am 28% body fat.
I weigh more than Michael Shawn. I didn't know you weigh $165.
So the doctor has to do it as a machine?
There's this, it's just a handheld thing.
You hold it.
And you just hold it, and it just it just tells you what it is. I'm thinking about, like, when I watch athletes, they're like 5% body fat, and you're like, T.O. was like 5% body fat, 10%, and he weighs like 220 pounds. I'm 165, 28% body fat. That's disgusting. Do regular push-ups to get right. I'm doing the push-ups now in a day. Now, be clear before anybody jumps on me. In a day, it's 100 push-ups a day. So I do 25 5 times a day.
Wait, that's more than 100.
No, 5 times.
25 times 5?
Oh, I'm sorry. So I'm 20. No, 5 times 20. 5 times 20. My bad.
I didn't want to point that out.
My bad.
I started carrying the one.
No, 20. No, 5 times 20. 25 times. Yeah, I'm not doing 25. You're right. You're absolutely right. I'm with you, Mike. When I don't comment, I have you guys on while I work out. Afro Queen. That's what I'm talking about.
Big shout out to you.
Mike will rock his Ezekiel crop. I'm telling you, because I've had a 6-pack before.
Mm.
I know, but in order to have a 6-pack, I got to be literally 152 pounds. Like 150. Like Floyd Mayweather in his fight. Floyd Mayweather in his fighting weight is 147 pounds. That's Floyd Mayweather.
But
He's
that's
5'7".
147 pounds of shred.
Yes.
Yes.
My
muscle.
weight should be in the 150. I really should be 147, but I'm not doing all that. That's ridiculous. But like 154, I'm good, and I got the 6-pack. But my chest, I'm telling you right now, 5 sets of 20 every day. And now I see the trainer at what time? 3:30. March, no shirt on.
You got to do a side by side like comparison, so we can see
I have the picture, but I'm not going to share it. I have the picture.
Not until you get the results.
Not till I get the results. I have the picture. It's in my phone right now. I have the picture.
Shout out Andre Skipper and Brian Pearson. What up, Andre and Brian?
Now, are you working out with the same trainer as Shawnee? Are you working out with our previous guest or someone else? Okay.
No, it's someone else, and we're rocking. A 6-pack is overrated.
It's overrated.
But when your girl is putting her hands on your 6-pack, it's not overrated because you're better. You're better.
Well, I mean, you know what? Speaking from a woman's perspective, Michael Shawn, we like a little extra meat down there, like a little.
All right. Well, I've had that for a while now, and I don't like it.
It ain't working for you. It ain't working.
I don't like it.
What surgery you getting, Kelly? Kelly says she's getting ready for her surgery. Been working out until they put her under. Yeah. So getting your body right. Smart. She said, "Let's do it."
I would do honestly, if I would have done lipo and just sucked the fat out. Like honestly, I ain't got no problem with people doing.
Well, some people say that's the easy way out, though, right, Mike? Ain't
yes, and I've taken the easy way out most of my life. I've taken the easy way out most of my life. God damn it, yes.
I too have wanted to get. You're getting a tummy tuck.
She's getting a tummy tuck. Okay.
Wait, so I've had a I've had
that's
two,
not lipo, though, right? Tummy tuck is
no,
completely
tummy
different
tuck
from
is
lipo.
when they actually go in and cut through the abdominal muscle, take the additional fat, and they bring it down. You get a new belly button, everything.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it pulls all of that out. It cuts it out. Good luck to you on a successful surgery because I know that's major. I have contemplated too, wanting to get a tummy tuck, not because, my stomach is huge, but I've had 2 C-sections. So they cut the muscle and I'm never going to have like that flat stomach that I had before I had my kid.
Oh, man.
So you can work out a lot, Mike, and not achieve that 6-pack.
Yeah, but I ain't had no kid. You had a reason why.
Look at Mike being sensitive and reasonable and understanding.
That's
Thank
a whole nother thing. Like,
because I've had men say to me, "Why don't you do it the traditional way? Why? I mean, all you gotta do is just work out, do a lot of sit-ups." No, homie, it ain't that easy, bruh. It's not that easy.
Just stay disciplined. You got to eat right, exercise, pray, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, Jay Black, but you still got the extra hang. They call it the fupa. So, when you lean over and you can see that little extra meat, and some guys say they don't care. They say it's something to hold on to when they holding on.
No, I don't think I don't think it's something you care about, but at the end of the day, at least in the wintertime, when you lick your lips, you don't get a cold sore. I mean, listen.
That's what we doing. We're going back. I'm about to talk about Kelly and the 4-part surgery. That's a lot. And you.
Oh, okay.
Right, it's time for allegedly. Yeah.
Kelly, are you getting the skin surgery? Like the all of that?
This guy.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna do a herpes test on her though before she goes into surgery.
Here you go.
Jay Marie said I had 3 kids and all through the kitty kid. But Jay Marie, you're good. I'm not saying Bo's not good. I'm saying, but Jay Marie, you tall and leveled out and the whole
But
thing.
she's explaining because she had them through the vaginally. But when you have a C-section and you get that area cut,
because they gotta cut
those
it
muscles. Yeah, you're cutting through muscle.
Yo, a C-section. When I watched the twins come out of Stacy, and I watched them pull the babies out the stomach, and I watched them shake the stomach. I was dog. That's when I almost lost it because they shook and they were like, I was like, why are they shaking? And they pulled the baby. I said, yo,
Giving birth.
that's a
Most
whole
amazing
That's
I
why
have
thing.
mine on
that's why
videotape.
I've never in my life ever said what women say. I would love to come back as a man. I've never said I would love to come back as a woman. Ever in life.
That is
Just
the
on
closest to death that you'll probably be, as you know, as living, breathing, and walking. It's childbirth.
Yeah, the closest to death is when you aren't with the woman and you have to go to court and they tell you how much you have to pay a month. That's
Child
the close-
support.
That's the closest.
closest
Yeah.
to Rose.
And they ask you for extra cars.
Kathy
Kat-
said,
yeah.
I always eat right when whatever's right in my face.
Right in my face.
Is that true, Kathy? Whatever's in your face, you
Whatever.
eat.
There you go. I knew you were gonna go.
Oh, Kathy, you walked into that one, Kathy. You know what type of show this is. You walked into that one.
Anything in your face, Kathy?
Hello, anything in your face? Is that what you eat, Kathy? Anything that happens to be lingering in your face, Kathy? Hello.
Well, I'll tell you somebody who better watch what's probably gonna potentially be in their face in prison, and that is R. Kelly. You know, we've gotten the verdict, Michael Shawn, and you know, a lot of artists are speaking out, and Bill Cosby is one of them. Allegedly, you know, a spokesperson for him is saying that he thinks that R. Kelly, you know, got a raw deal. Nobody really fought for him. They feel like the lawyers didn't humanize him, and he feels like that because R. Kelly had a lack of funds, that he had a lack of like the best representation for him. He said he's never seen where somebody has been charged like R. Kelly has based on a documentary or a series.
He's not being charged. I'm not going to respond to Bill.
He feels like his constitutional rights have been grossly abused. So I was like, wow, of all people, you know, a lot of people are speaking out, but I said, of all people, Bill Cosby, I didn't think would speak out so aggressively or adamantly about R. Kelly's situation.
I mean, there's a lot of angles with the R. Kelly thing on how much society has accepted what R. Kelly did, and there was a lot of people doing it. But I can't excuse the fact that, you know, I mean, you married Aaliyah when she was a kid, and y'all did change the birth records and all that other stuff. Am I 1,000% sure that everything was done legally in Chicago? No, I'm not. I'm not. So I don't know the whole story, but I know enough. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say I know enough. You did a lot of stuff.
Heard enough.
You did do a lot of stuff you shouldn't have done, dog. And there was a lot of teenage girls that you really did do stuff. And I always say it. Somebody did something to R. Kelly when he was young.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Somebody did something to him, because when you have a whole story about when your mom used to sip that coffee with your lipstick, and then you drink out of the same spot that your mom drank out of with the lipstick, there's something not right. There's something not right. And
well, his wife, his ex-wife has spoken out about it. Drea, she said, I feel my heart is in two places after the verdict. She says, basically, you know, my heart definitely goes out to the survivors and the courage that it takes to come forward and tell the story. But my heart breaks as a mother, because this is now the legacy that my children will have to deal with.
Forever.
And their children, their children's children, and their children's children.
Yo, daddy.
You know, she said, at the end of the day, you can't walk away from your bloodline. She said, I have the ability to separate and distance myself from it, but his blood runs through my children's veins. It's part of their DNA. And, you know, they couldn't escape even if they wanted to, you know. So she said, you know, it's a very difficult position for her to have to sit in as a parent.
But the people that got away with something are the parents.
Right.
That took their kids backstage, knowing what R. Kelly was about.
Right.
Was about. And you knew what R. Kelly was getting down with. And you took your kids back there because you wanted your kids to be famous. And you were going to sacrifice by any means necessary to get your kid on so that you could get on.
But his wife knew. Shaquisa said, but his wife knew what he was doing before she had kids with him.
Right. It was no secret of some of the things that he was into. And if you look at the documentary and some of the things that she was saying, even for her relationship with R. Kelly, and so it's interesting for her to be speaking out, and hopefully, I hope that it's not a ploy to promote some of the things that she has going on while she's really promoting herself right now on Instagram.
David Burns said R. Kelly has went through and paid enough. No one is perfect, but forgive the past. Give him a chance to be a better person. So we forgiving pedophiles then. Okay.
So I'll say this, Michael Shawn, to just even to David's comment. I think that he needs emotional trauma. He definitely needs some type of counseling or help while he's in there. Definitely, he is a victim. No matter what he's done, he's still also a victim himself of sexual childhood trauma and abuse. Well, so while they got him in there,
but he first has to admit that. Mm-hmm. He first has to tell that.
I'm sorry. R. Kelly just popped up. My mind's telling me no. He's a good singer though, Mike. You got to give him credit for that.
But let's not lump his creativity into what he's done. His creativity is not on trial. We know that he's a creative. We know that he's a genius when it comes to music. We're talking about the things that happened to R. Kelly as a kid and and what it turned him into.
Afro Queen said R. Kelly been charged twice and obviously hasn't learned.
Well, some of the things that he's been charged with are old charges. Remember, he's not actually. Remember what the charges are: is sex trafficking. So the things that he was actually charged with aren't even the things that we are really looking at him with, about.
I will say this: we really overrate somebody who can sing a song and write a song. Mm-hmm. Like we really put them people in.
They're still human. They're still human beings. All artists, athletes, they all put their pants leg on one leg at a time, just like us.
If half the things that they accused R. Kelly of are true, I don't feel sorry. I just know there's a consequence for other actions that happened to him when he was younger. Mm-hmm. But if half the things that were claimed he did were true, I trust me, I don't have any. There's nothing that I'm really like feeling bad for. Like
in the book, Michael Shawn, within that sickness, you have to remember with him, he thought that was normalized behavior, regardless.
He knew
in society. We know that that's not normal behavior. We know that that's inappropriate behavior. No. But to him, that was normalized behavior.
That sounds good. That did sound good.
Black.
I hear you calling.
So what?
If you listen to some of the lyrics of his songs,
but my thing is, he knew what he was doing was wrong because he was hiding it. Mm-hmm. He knew what he was doing was wrong because he was hiding it. Mm-hmm. He wasn't doing it open in the public. He knew. That's all I'm saying, and I get it.
And Miss Wakefield says Drea, his baby, my ex-wife, is full of crap too, in her opinion. So that go with Shaquisa saying you knew, and you still wanted that bag. I mean, you still wanted you fell in love.
And she was manipulated from the time she was young. And she was manipulated, and he manipulated her. And he
that's
got
your
her
angle.
head.
Okay, Mike.
It's not an angle. We're just said a whole thing about R. Kelly being abused when he was young.
Was Drea in her 20s when she married R. Kelly? Because that's when Mike said you dumb. Let me see. Kelly, how old when she married R. Kelly?
If you're in your 20s, you dumb. Your excuse for all of the things, all the shit you do in your 20s.
It's like if somebody is a woman is abused domestically and
she was 22. Violence. She was 22 when she married R. Kelly.
So that means he met her before that.
She was a dancer too.
He brought her in. He brought her in, and so we're just gonna blame victims. That's what we're gonna do. That's what Jay.
So no. I just want us to remember, that throughout all of R. Kelly's.
I see what you just did.
No, Jay. No, give it up, y'all. Jay wants to blame victim.
No, you're not going.
I'm
No,
not
no,
touching
No, that was
no.
my angle. You said that was my angle. That
No,
was my
I was
touching
reading what
that.
Sequisa and
No,
Miss
you
Wakefield
said
said.
nobody said
I'm reading.
angle. You said that was my angle. So
No,
okay,
I'm
yeah.
saying, oh, he manipulated her being younger. They saying that Drea knew. I'm just reading the comments. No.
Dave Burns said I put that angry face because it makes me angry that he did this, not because I disagree with the conviction. He is a deprived individual. Okay, got it.
I mean, again, if he's going to spend all of this time, and especially because we don't know if the other charges are going to run concurrent with the judge has set forth with the 10 years, which means that he could get out in 10 years. And then again, you still have this damaged individual. So all I'm saying is while they're handing down this sentence, or following the sentencing guidelines, they need to also make sure that he gets the help for all of the trauma that has happened to him in his life, so that if he does get out, he's not a repeat offender.
I think he's gonna get treatment in prison. I think so.
I mean, so Michael, Shawn, they don't treat sex offenders, rapists, or anything like. They don't treat them kindly in prison. We all know that. But R. Kelly, being of R. Kelly status, is he going to be put into protective custody? Which means that he'll be locked down maybe 23 hours a day away from general population. There's a lot of things that go on with that. Or are prisoners going to look at him in his star status and embrace him? You don't know.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. I'm not here to judge anybody. It's a wrap.
No, it's not. It's not judging. It's just that's the way the system goes. So there's so many things that placate. And again, his lawyer still has the right to appeal his case and to appeal the judge's decision.
Listen, God bless him. I can't waste energy on R. Kelly. I can't.
No.
It's been too, yeah.
Listen, right.
I'll still have the songs. I'll still play the songs in my earbuds. And the whole nine. I just listen, man. Look, Aaliyah's dead, and you put Aaliyah through torture, and you flipped her life upside down. But
But there goes the manipulation factor when you're talking about abuse. A lot of abusers are manipulative, and so again, he needs help,
and somebody has to get punished for it. And he caught his punishment. So and he had tons of years to it is what it is. Listen. They need to think of Elvis's ass. I brought Elvis up.
Yes.
I've done all that. I brought Elvis up and everything he's done. Listen, man, I can't take time out to feel too bad for R. Kelly. I just can't. I can't. And even Bill Cosby, like I can't. Like I get it. There were people who lied on you and everything like that, but you was still drugging chicks. Like you was part of the mix, homie. You was part of the mix. And
he was part of the Elvis era. The era, yes, the era where all of that was acceptable. Everybody was taking Quaaludes. Everybody was partying hard. I don't think that this is the same situation.
But we will all agree that there was one chick that woke up that had no intentions on having sex with Bill Cosby.
Oh,
there was at least one chick that woke up and said, "This dude stuck his stuff in me."
Absolutely, I'm pretty
sure.
And
I had no intentions on rock. So there was at least one. So I'm like, I'm not overly, adamant about a whole bunch of stuff with that. There was at least 2 or 3 girls who woke up the next morning and was like, this old man rammed in me.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Yo, I thought my mic.
We was waiting.
Oh, no, I turned it off. No, my bad. I'm saying it like R. Kelly got some hits, man. All right, we gotta stop. But Jesus, okay.
That's never we're never putting that up to bat. Definitely his music, and even DL Hughley said at one point, I'm not gonna stop playing R. Kelly's music. I'm not gonna stop listening to R. Kelly's music.
Yeah, they did pull that clip up. It was from an old interview.
It was from an old interview that he
and I
did.
think he referenced the national anthem. If we sing that here, actually here it goes.
Like I won't stop listening to your music, but I ain't dropping my kids off at your daycare center.
Should you stop listening to the music if convicted?
No.
Not even if convicted.
People asking black
messing with underage kids.
People asking black people, how could you sing R. Kelly and Michael Jackson songs after all the horrible things they did, the same way I can sing the national anthem?
Boop. Same way I can sing the national anthem.
Hey, Chris Como.
I think sometimes we really like my life would be all right without an R. Kelly song, y'all. It'd be okay. Like I've literally gone months without listening to an R. Kelly song. But I get his.
And then when you hear those medley though, you want to listen to it again though. Like it reminds you.
You forget. Blacks and Hispanics, it's not that big a deal. We act like we're robots. Like we have to hear I don't care. Like R. Kelly, I've never purchased. Let me explain this. I've never purchased an R. Kelly album ever. It's not that big a deal to me.
Because you were in radio.
No,
we got them free. What do you mean?
No, I never got one. I never
got them free.
I have never owned an R. Kelly album.
That's because Jay Black hoarded all 5 that came to the station. Jay Black hoarded those. Yeah. That's why we never got no thing.
Yes, we never got any of those.
So when you make your playlist, when you were a young boy,
he's never been in my playlist ever.
Mike.
You
had Prince, people. And then you didn't with Luther, not Luther, people. But you had certain ones that you were. Yeah, Luther had some.
I don't idolize these people the way y'all do. I don't.
No, just making your R&B playlist. You think you do that?
Michael Jackson.
You're not idolizing. You just making your R&B playlist.
I have songs with Michael Jackson. R. Kelly's never made my list, and I like Sadie, the remake. Sadie, the song Sadie. I like that. I partied in clubs when they played some of his songs. It's not that big a deal. Like, I don't know why people act like, oh my God.
There were babies made off of R. Kelly sex tapes.
God bless.
Pause. Like the slow jam tapes that everybody used to make.
I think he truly made some good ass songs, but my thing is it's not that big a deal. Like, so what? Either way,
I agree, Ashley. Yes. Ashley says songs are just like smells. They remind you of a time in your life or an event. I totally agree about that.
And I gotta tell y'all, R. Kelly wasn't that big a deal in my life. Jay-Z was a big deal in my life.
Until this song came on. And then you wanted to sing this one.
And that's not even the original. The original is
was
really
a remix?
Yeah, that's a remix.
Yes. You didn't know that, Jay Black?
That was Mike right there. He loved this song. Well, how is this on your R&B playlist when you trying to impress a female? Like,
but that's not. I don't see. This is the difference. This is why I'm different. This is why I'm different. This is why I'm different. I'm there. I didn't make playlists to put people in sexual moods. That's what I never did.
You didn't have the Jodeci forever, boom, and then
my D and my tongue put them in the mood. I didn't need. I didn't do that whole.
It's the mood better.
Oh, you know how old y'all sound right now?
No, Prince, Inseparable.
Old as hell.
Was it Inseparable was in there? You know, yeah, you didn't have your certain. Wow, okay,
the
Mike.
best sex that ever happened was in a car.
Just know that if you have sex with Michael Shawn, you ain't getting no music.
I never had a playlist. Like I was like, they were like mixtapes and put this song. Like I listen to Luther. A chair is just a chair while I'm in the gym. I listen to dope ass songs when I'm in the gym. I listen to Human Nature by Michael Jackson when I'm in the gym. I listen to dope ass songs when I'm in. I've never made these songs so a girl could be like, oh my God, I really want to have sex with you right now. I didn't give a damn. Like honestly, I really didn't.
Ashley, TP3.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Y'all cornballs were putting cassettes in.
Yeah, we were. As a
pressing
kid,
play.
that's what most kids did, Mike. They had their playlist. They had their go-to tracks that they had on their cassettes or their CDs that they made or whatever, and that's what they played.
No, I
That
made
was
playlists,
normal.
but I made playlists because I really just loved the music. I didn't make playlists to dictate an emotion unless I was at the club tearing it down. All right, we got to go. Mo is pointing at her wrist. We got to get out of here. I made at least one. Jay Marie said I made at least one. Look, man. The Mexicans are out here. No disrespect to Mexicans. I'm Puerto Rican, but they're.
Wait, she said she swallowed a few too. Oh. What's going on here?
You are hilarious.
Hey.
God bless, Jay. That's why you rock with us. It's been a great show. Did she have COVID? Jesus, my God. Did she have COVID? Y'all are on fire today. Besides that point. All right. The comedy show is today is Wednesday. Tomorrow night, I'm going to get a haircut, get my stuff right, get my eyebrows done. Yup. I said get my eyebrows.
Man.
My eyebrows is Bushy Records right now.
Yes,
I'm about to
I love
shut that
it.
down.
I
Going
love
to
it.
the gym at 3:30. Go ahead, Jay. What do you want to play?
This had to be on your playlist growing up, Mike.
Shout out to DJ Flex because you know what? He
Stop
made
playing.
me a tape and this was on it. I had never heard it before.
Prince Inseparable?
I said before he made me that mixtape in college, I never heard that before.
Come on, Mike.
I have all these songs. Like y'all, I have all these songs. I just don't play them the way y'all play them to set the mood.
It works. That's when you grab an ear, grab her by the back of the neck.
This is the D on the back of your head, right? Guess who's here? All right, let me know who I am, not who you want me to be, because I can never be that. Understand only the one thing in life that's guaranteed: it will end. Enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for everything else, and you make whack ass mixtape to get vaginas wet.
I love my mixtape.
Fight for your happiness. Don't let nobody take it from you. We're going to rock out tomorrow morning, y'all. It's Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. Yeah, y'all.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in. Tap in.